can change the future, you know. That's what you remind me.
I've been losing sleep for a while now, and I don't ever want them all to find out. 'Cause we've been talking way too often. Can't help myself, can't help myself from picking up when you keep calling. I need some help, I need some help. Toxic, you're toxic, I don't know why I want it. Toxic, you're toxic, it's wrong but I can't stop it. Can't deny it, need to fight it all. You're so toxic. You're so toxic. You're so toxic. I don't know where this is coming from, but if I'm being honest, I knew I want to know when we said it was. 'Cause we've been talking way too often. Can't help myself, can't help myself from picking up when you keep calling. I need some help, I need some help. No, toxic, you're toxic, I don't know why I want it. Toxic, you're toxic, it's wrong but I can't stop it. Can't deny it, need to fight it all. You're so toxic. You're so toxic. Toxic. You're so toxic. You're so toxic. You're so toxic. I don't know where this is coming from, but if I'm being honest, I knew I
All right.
Oh shit.
Okay. Whew, we're fucking wired. Alright, let's get with the crew, see what they're up to.
And Amazon is just like, yeah, sorry, here you go. And then like a week later it shows up.
Yeah.
But it's like
life.
That's okay.
Amazon missing out.
That's like when I bought my Hue bulbs, and they sent me ones where somebody had returned them with normal light bulbs in the packaging, and they didn't
I
even double
remember
check that.
Oh right, Hugh. I'm sitting here in the dark because I forgot to turn my lights on. Okay, let me fix
How you
that.
doing, Chuckles?
Yes.
Was the all hands okay?
It's oh man, it is. I don't know. There's a more pervasive cultural issue that the company's trying to fix and approach, and to say progress is slow.
So is it from like? So I'm kind of confused then. So it's like, is it that the like C-suite like management team is being like, we want to root out this like company culture that's happening, or is there something else, or is it?
It's
them?
a mix of miscommunications, poor word choice, general burnout, and then a meeting which was to basically go over all the things that we've been doing poorly and need to improve upon, and the word
Wow.
choice made it really rough. And just for not spoilers, but just for like
Context.
context, he was like, one of the statements was, stop being experts. We don't need experts. Experts are good at things, but they're bad at like thinking big picture. And of course, we're a company of like
PhDs,
extreme
master's
experts.
degree, like.
And the follow up to that was, you shouldn't need to use more than 6th grade English, 8th grade math, or 10th grade physics to solve these problems. And we're sitting here talking about cutting edge material science. So I could just see people's faces in the call just go, what? And today was
Well,
more
in
of a,
that case, can't you
today
just be
was
like, so go
mhm.
hire high schoolers?
That was actually one of the kind of clapbacks, because today was actually a damage control meeting with a smaller team, the engineering and R&D team, to kind of recontextualize the comments of last week.
Oh, I'm sure
And
HR got some like nice comments and stuff on that.
there was after that same meeting, because I was in office again until like 8:00, because it's been the standard. One of the coworkers came up to me, she's like, she tapped me on the shoulders, like, you're not needed here anymore. We don't need experts, and then walked away.
Oh, in
It's just
jest,
that-
but yeah.
Oh yeah, in jest. But and then the other word choice today, it was so not strange, but just kind of like, what? Because I was already in a mental space not to be like looking for any craziness. But he's like, the way we're going to approach this is, right now you're all fired, but now you're all rehired. The old team was making mistakes. You're the new team. And I'm just sitting like, what? Wait, okay,
That's-
good.
Dude,
I'm gonna need some paperwork
How
to back that
fucking
one up.
scary!
I know, it's just like I don't know.
Like, what?
This
There's
is some,
everything
like-
else going on.
This is some like severe like Office Space like vibes in
getting
this
there.
shit,
It's
where like
getting
the,
there.
the clueless boss just being just like, yeah, how are you all doing, fellow workers? I'd like to.
Well, the thing is too is like all the C staff and like the high level, everyone is PhD or big experience in the science and engineering side. It's not like career corporatists and things who don't know what they're talking about. It's just there is definitely a strange lack of communication, and a lot of these mistakes or whatever you want to call them, these long-term issues that are getting fleshed out are really due to like the siloing and the lack of communication that's going on.
Oh, like multiple teams working on
Yeah.
same projects but not communicating and duplicating
just
work
kind of
need done.
And then and a lot of just, that's the way it is, so we'll just keep rolling with it without like looking into it. Because part of it too is everyone's got too much to do. We don't even have time to go and look at the details or look at the big picture, or like we're always looking at details. I haven't had a chance. I've had a project that's been outstanding that it'll take me 2 hours to do, but I haven't been doing it for the last 3 months because I've had no time.
Hmm.
Sounds
And
like
it's
use
just like
experts.
Yeah, you know what?
right?
It also sounds like whoever like the management team is, it's on them because in all honesty, it's like you should be left to I don't want to say like left to do your job, but if you're talking about the whole thing that being like experts being experts, like your specialty is to get the shit done that you're like that's put in front of you and that you're really good at. Of course, if you need to see the bigger picture, take the step back and do that. But there should be somebody who's like a project manager or somebody or like any sort of manager that their job is literally to like see a bigger picture or look at the entire project holistically or communicate with other teams.
Yeah, it's interesting too because I think one of the fundamental differences here versus other places I've worked is every engineer is essentially treated as their own manager, right? So like we're all our own project managers, and you can imagine how that becomes
That's weird.
chaotic. Yeah, it's a very different approach, and
Huh.
I mean, it's a very smart team. We work on cool stuff, and despite the crazy hours, I still like most of it. But there's definitely some under the hood stuff going on that's kind of like okay.
It could be one of those things where they're like, we want to be different. We're not going to have engineering managers and the devs or like, a team of engineers underneath them. We're going to have everybody be like independent so they can get like, they can not be like unbridled, but like,
Maybe that was the intent, but it
then it
actually
ends up
went.
that you get a lot of
it
people
actually-
who just don't communicate then sometimes.
Yeah, everything becomes very siloed and very hierarchical, despite the fact that it's supposed to be kind of spread out. So it's odd.
Double-edged
And of
sword.
course, with everything else going on right now, it's just been.
Yeah, I
I
know.
haven't eaten all day, so I would like to say I'm very classy. Right now, I'm having cheese and wine.
Hell yeah, dude.
However, it is cheap. It's cheap red wine from Australia called like Bundaberg or something.
Oh, is it
and
is it
then-
the one? Oh, at least it's not Yellowtail.
No.
Whoa,
It's better
whoa,
than
don't
that.
be knocking my yellowtail.
And then my cheese is shredded Costco mozzarella straight from the bag. So I'm classy.
Dude, that's what if it's what you need to do.
That's CAF, man.
Wait,
Yeah.
so it's Bundaberg?
No, Bundaberg's something different. I got mixed up.
Bundaberg's like ginger beer. And
That's Australian ginger beer, which is like the
Maybe it's
most
their
floral.
I got up to go look at it. It's Barramundi.
Barramundi. That
That
sounds like
It's $4 a bottle.
Star Wars character.
I was either gonna say
Yeah.
Star Wars character or D&D
Yeti
character, one or the other.
Barramundi.
Yo,
I was gonna say it sounds like a character that Disney would have put in Aladdin, like one of the Aladdin sequels.
gosh.
Like
I was
straight
gonna
to
say-
VHS.
Did you know that $2 Chuck has a $4 cousin?
Oh no.
It's like $4 Charles. It's quite literally. I'm pretty sure that's
Charles
what it was
Charles
referred to.
McCheddar. All right.
It's because it's Charles Shaw, right? So
Yeah.
$2 Chuck, but then there's like a reserve that's like $4 Charles.
Mm.
For
All right.
Riding big.
so hey,
Let's get this thing.
Shareholder
Let's get
pork, I was
the.
supposed to hear that.
Yeah. We're gonna get this started with the summary. So last episode was episode 21, Cold Knolls, where now this is gonna be what Kalis wakes up to. So dawn breaks and the party tries to find an entrance to descend into this cackling maw that they found. The party finds a tunnel leading down, sees some skulls painted with the symbol of the demon lord Yinogu, which is common for gnolls. Hirokin figures this out. The first room they encounter has the gnawed bones of humanoids and animals strewn around it. They discover there are some bones of gnolls here as well, fresher than the rest. Crix finds a room with a flesh-covered goat head on an altar with the same flail symbols painted upon it. 500 hungry-looking gnolls surround the head and cower as Crix enters the room. They do not attack, but point in the direction of the main chasm where a loud barking command emanates. Exploring further, the party emerges into the main chasm, its maw opening below into a spike-filled darkness. A large, menacing gnoll emerges from a cave across the way and yells a war cry. The party observes the rest of the smaller gnolls in the cavern, ignore the command, and watch the party curiously. Combat ensues as the large gnoll fights tooth and nail against the crew. The battle is quick as the gnoll is kicked into the maw, falling onto an icicle below. Immediately, there is a scramble by the remaining gnolls as one leaps to the corpse of the fallen leader. It rips the head off and raises it high. Pointing at the party, a new command is issued as the hungry gnolls now attack the group. Picking off the crazed gnolls one by one and having some of them run away, the new leadership is destroyed and the gnoll heads are collected for the eventual reward from back in 10 towns. As the rest of the cave is explored, the party finds a strange fishing rod, a caged Charlatan berserker, a silver-tipped spear, as well as some coin in a bag. As things wrap up, a conversation is had. Hirokin confronts Demovan about what he saw back at the druid tree and why he can see in the dark, even though he is a human. Why does his face look strange? Polra echoes the same question. Demavan deflects and tries to change the subject, but the issue is pressed. As the pressure and inquisition mounts, Demavan suddenly shudders and his form shifts to that of Thad, but not Thad. After some moments of confusion, Demavan shifts again, but this time to Valhalla. Still trying to figure out what Demavant is, this shape-shifting thing shifts the focus to Korra and the fact that there is an entity in her mind that he has made contact with. Secrets abound as everyone is on edge. As the party argues and points fingers, Valhalla falls back against the wall as a blaring message fills her head. Nautiloid down. Emergency protocols enabled. Crew safe, but vessel imperiled. Psi crystal needed. Come at once. That is where we pick up right now.
So it was like mid finger pointing, arguing, whatever, and Valhalla just goes down.
Yes,
Yep.
correct.
Poor choice of words, but yes.
Yes, she falls to the ground. It's like one of those things where everybody, like the family's fighting, and she's just sitting there, like holding her head, and just slowly slides her, like her back hits the ice wall, and she slides down to the floor, her head in her head in her hands between her knees, and she's just like shaking her head right now.
There's no reason to be melodramatic.
I believe
We're
at
just
the end.
having a conversation.
I believe at the end of last session, I ended with stop.
Yes.
Wait, let me fix Demavand. Hold up. Bye, Demavand.
You say that, Destroy. I literally forgot your character's name.
It's
Like,
fine.
holy
I do
crap.
the same thing.
But when you say that, Crix,
Mm-hmm.
Crix.
Mhm,
When Crix says that, because I assume you actually, I assume Crix
Oh yeah,
actually
that
says
was
okay.
correct.
Yeah. When Crix says that, Val has no reaction. Like she just keeps holding her head, shaking her head, and just like no.
Crick. Well, let's see. Crix is actually decently wise, so fuck it. Yeah, Crix realizes something is up. Yes. I'll change my name.
And then that's also when, as Valhalla is, panicking at this moment, her bag kind of rolls off her side, and the lamp, tink, 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 comes out, and then suddenly suddenly Kalis comes rolling out of the lamp.
Oh, my heat went out, and I was so cold in there.
Thad points at him. Wait, you weren't here during all this. What's your secret? I have my log out, and I'm ready to engrave it. Go on now.
My secret?
Apparently, we all have one.
There was a very intriguing balding middle-aged woman with a hook for a hand who came straight for you.
I still have the hook. I'll pull it out and hold it up and see if there's anything I missed the first time looking at it.
Are you talking about my girlfriend, the one with the kobolds?
Did she have a hook for her hand?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
I do not
No.
think so. We killed the one who tried to kill you, and I have the hook right here.
Oh.
A bit of flesh slides out of the hook and plops onto the floor.
Yeah, I probably should have cleaned it out. Forgot about that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it doesn't smell very good either. So, well, we'll get back to you, I suppose. But, yeah, you did miss a little bit of, a conversation.
It's not
Okay.
important.
Yeah, it was nothing big.
Demavan can turn into other people. I look at my log. Korra has some sort of passenger who is not happy with us. Valhalla is strangely, perversely defensive. Oh, also fell over and said something. Hirokin's touching face. Crix, you're weird. I mean, you're cool.
Hirokin points to you, Thad, and as you're like pointing out all these things, and he says, "And you have a worm in your tummy."
I have a drone of some kind. Yeah, it's true. I probably should have mentioned that earlier.
It's alive.
We'll see.
Well, it's not very smart yet, I can tell you that.
I think about that for a moment. Yep. I scratch something out my log. So anyways, what was that dramatic fall for? Miss Valhalla.
Yeah, I was just
Like
imagining
the,
now it's like the
the
fainting spell, the hand on back a hand on forehead.
Yeah, Val has no response. She's completely like unresponsive to whatever that's rattling off. She's in her own head completely.
Hey, while I was busy looking at my book, and I realized can I get some of your autographs? I can't remember your names like at all whatsoever, so it'd be helpful if you wrote your names in my book.
Insight check.
I'm not giving you any of my personal information.
I'm curious what that's about, actually.
Yeah.
Why do you need us to write our names in there?
I forgot what your name is, person.
Check the cover as a Death Note.
Yeah, doesn't say Death Note on
The
it.
user will die. No, this my cover is it's just a crappy black leather tomed book with some sort of like semi-loose pages in there. Some scribblings that you wouldn't understand.
His sketchbook. It's his little sketchbook.
Yeah, do I see like, like human flesh that's binding this contract or anything like that?
You don't. It's not a Necronomicon, no.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that you're not secretly a devil and I'm not signing my life away to
I mean,
whatever.
does Kalis need to give any sort of deception, or is this pretty straightforward?
It's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Oh, the one condition is you have to be willing.
That is even more suspicious.
So you're saying I have to be willing to put my name down in order for me to put my name down in that book?
Correct.
That does check out.
Yeah, you understand. You're an intelligent sort.
You are ontologically consistent, that is true.
But the condition is I can only have 3 names in this book. So who's gonna be the lucky ones?
Wait, hold up. You just come jumping out of your warm little lamp after we just had a big old powwow, and now you want names.
I believe so.
Just near my eyes, Fry style at you.
Yep. Crix has already been like that for a while now.
Yep.
Please, I need to remember your names, people. Who's it gonna be?
Why would you only need to remember 3 of our names?
Well, it's not that I need to, it's that I can only.
Are there only 3 lines in your notebook?
Yes, and I pull the page and there's just like 3 lines.
It's extra wide.
Preschool levels of with preschool ruled.
Thad pulls out his conspiracy log, goes where he wrote down Kalis, possible puppet master, crosses it out.
Possible preschooler.
That's what a puppet master would want you to believe.
Oh shit, I re-engrave it back in.
Definite
Alright,
puppet
well,
master.
I guess if none of you want to be remembered by me, then you don't have to write your name, I guess.
There seems to be something else to this that you're hiding.
As I said, everyone seems to have some sort of secret. It's like I was chosen to bring everyone together who has things to hide, to uncover the real truths in this world.
No.
On that, Cora picks up Val, turns, and walks out of the cave.
What
Yeah.
about you two? Do you want to sign my book?
Damn, I'm not very good at leading groups. I have to work on this.
Valis
You were
still
chosen
has
to
her
lead it,
head.
Dad.
Val is still holding her head and screaming. As all of this
Oh, just screaming the whole time? Oh,
I'm
shit.
just like yelling, like, no, stop, no, stop. No, and like probably like get out, go away at some point. Like, interspersed.
Oh.
That's what's going on with
See,
Val.
I had no idea the screaming was going on. That would have been a very different conversation happening.
It's like, who wants to sign my yearbook?
I want to believe that knowing that, the conversation still would have been the same.
Yeah, it's still the same.
I also have a feeling Cora, because I know Neon was otherwise occupied. Cora probably would have, like, knowing that, probably would have pulled Val out
Yeah.
anyway. And Kalis
Um,
would probably still have been like, I'm
Crix,
confused. So, you know.
Crix will. I still narrowed. Crix will sign the book.
Okay. As you sign the book, your soul is mine. Roll a new character. No.
I knew
so,
Keenan was coming back. Shit.
so as you sign your name in the book, I take a look at it, and my eyes glow a funny little light. And then I look at you and I say, "Oh, now I remember you. You're the Crix character, yeah."
What emotion are you feeling right now, Kalis? After he signs.
Elation.
Okay, I'm definitely confused at that.
Sinister elation or
Jovial.
I would say it's like jovial. It's probably jovial and something similar to like Professor Farnsworth from Futurama, who's just like, "Oh, goody!" Like,
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone.
Oh god, we're gonna get the whole cast of Futurama in here by the end.
And I do look at you and I say, so, just so you know, you don't have to have your name in this book forever. At any point, if you don't want your name in my book, then I can erase it, if that's fine with you.
Oh, that's good. Consent's
It's almost
pretty
scarier than putting it down.
Oh, I mean, consent's pretty sexy, so that's good. Where did? Oh, you're in here. Weird. Where did Valhalla go? I need
they went up the stairs and out.
Okay,
Stairs.
I'm
I
just like.
I can't see shit.
Oh, yeah, it is still dark in there.
That's why we don't leave. You're just stuck in the dark.
Like,
There's a furry paw. There's a furry paw on your shoulder as Hirokin picks you up with one hand and just picks you up like a security guard taking somebody out of a club and just.
I just imagine it's more like just grabs the scruff of his shirt with his mouth and picks him up like a kitten.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I love it.
Kalis from my inventory.
what about you, furry one? Do you want to sign your name?
He looks at you and says, "Maybe next time."
Haha.
All right.
I
So
don't know what I gained from this, if anything, or lost from this, if anything.
yeah.
Something
Or
has
nothing
happened.
at all.
No, yeah. What's the meme? Just like something. Yeah, something has happened.
Or it's just callous being callous.
Yeah.
Kalis will
Yeah.
remember this.
Instead of that, it's Kalis will forget this.
Kalis won't forget this.
No.
All right. So, after leaving the cackling chasm, it is now early morning and a day of travel, or you have a full day of travel ahead of you if you wish.
Is Valhalla like still out of it?
The message
time?
the message has ceased in Valhana's head. So whatever that message was, maybe repeated like 4 or 5 different times, spaced out over the course of like 2 minutes there, with some strange like garbled other language in there, in between each one. It was like listening to a announcement over a loudspeaker at an airport, where it goes like the English, and then it'd be like French, Chinese, like that type of thing. So, yeah, I would say the message has stopped. Whether or not she's recovered is up to her.
Sam.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, you go. You're the one with the headache.
I was gonna say it's probably one of those lingering, like my head is pounding and I don't let go of it. Like I definitely stop, yelling. Like the yelling was an attempt to like, shut up, stop it. Where's this coming from? Like, a not understanding what's happening. Well, Scuzz, did I have some type of like feeling of like I know where this is coming from, or was it like this is a
I would say
memory?
no, it's not a memory. This feels fresh, like something is intruding in your mind, like something that might have been put there or closed off or shunted to the side was just activated. And some of the parts of those, like, of the sentences that, or of that message, really does ring safe. Well, or not ring safe, but ring true. Like, not alloyed down. That immediately like sends you like flashbacks of careening through the snow-filled air, and a sudden crash, and almost felt what feels like an explosion. You being thrown across a room, some strange alarms noises going off, the feeling of crawling across what feels to be like a strangely sticky floor, and then a fall, a blast of cold air, fall, and then feeling yourself like surrounded by the cold snow and crawling away from a strange kind of glow behind you. Your vision all blurry, kind of like, flashbang, grenade, kind of ears ringing, explosion behind you type of shit.
Yeah, so Val is definitely like, in terms of response, like the yelling is stopped, but it's kind of this like post-traumatic rocking, eyes shut tight, and just like, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go back, I don't want to go, make it go away, stop, make it go away.
You're saying it's out loud now?
I'm saying, yeah, I'm just like, I'm still sitting down, like probably just hugging my knees, rocking back and forth, eyes really shut tight, and just like,
Cora would probably have taken them both to the cart, and then her already aggressive personality turned up to 10 to anyone who was trying to deal with Bahana.
so when
I'm
Kayla
like-
comes up,
I'm like behind him, like, so how about you guys sign my book?
And that's how Kalis dies.
Yeah, Kayla's roll initiative.
And I'm dead.
just with a look.
To be fair, his HP is low enough.
Man,
I have a year-old average. Good job.
it doesn't make up for all the other one.
Do I see that you rolled a D8 on your health, Kalis?
Yeah.
Oh, snooping.
Nani?
Yeah, maybe.
Nani the fuck?
More secrets upon secrets.
Okay,
Maybe
so
maybe if you write your name in this book, you'll know.
so Cora takes Valhalla to the war wagon. Actually, no, you have the warg. You're driving the warg wagon. One of them. So gets shackled, gets secure in there. Rest of the party following out. Your wagons are still intact, safe out there. The polar bears sniffing curiously at the air, mainly probably at Cora's bag, which has a net or some sort of fabric or something holding all 8 null heads that you've carried out. They lick their lips hungrily. The wargs also kind of give a sniff to the air, lick their chops as well.
We should probably feed them before
Yeah,
moving out.
we want to drag some of the corpses, or just give them some of the icicles on the roof of the cart. All those reindeer we got over there.
Oh yeah, we still have that.
You also have 80 pounds of meat from the previous
Yeah,
cavern that you
we have
explored.
a lot of meat.
All right, let's just throw it out there. Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
to keep lugging this meat around.
We have to open up a food truck at one point.
I would not want to eat at this food truck.
All right, so you use some of the meat. We'll say you throw out around 20 pounds of meat to feed all 4 of the animals, giving them. They slurp it down. The sound of meat ripping and tearing. Snow outside. But what are you all up to? Where are we going?
Actually,
That's a good question. What did we leave off at? We were gonna head to Valhana's landing pad. thing.
yeah, I
That's
think
on
we
the
even
map.
told the silver bullets that we were going to be fucking around in the south for a bit.
Yeah.
We're avoiding
So
sunlight
we
though,
were,
'cause we know
we
we're
were
not
gonna
gonna
go. We were gonna go like this.
And that actually, and then this combined with Valhana's comatose state there briefly would get Thad. More curious about definitely checking this out. So yeah, let's continue on that, especially that was already the plan.
We don't want to go that way because we don't want to go as close to Sunblight.
I agree.
Save
don't
a whole
know.
3 miles.
Yeah, but also,
Or there's the
Sunlight.
more roundabout, very obscure.
Or we go directly past this light sun and boom. Easy peasy.
I always thought that straight lines are the easiest. Let's do one of those, and then another one, and then a third, and we're there. By that I mean, yep.
I think I added 10 miles to the trip.
Wait, how do I? Why can't I? What the fuck did I just do? Why does it not let me do the multi thingy?
You gotta right click.
I'm not doing that though. Okay. Okay, so there's one straight line. There's 2 straight lines. Wait, where the fuck did it go? Oh. Yeah, we'll just cut through the mountain. There you go.
Jesus.
Anyways.
Okay, so as you are all doodling on the map, where the heck, which way are you going? Wow, somebody's taking the longest route. Crix is making an absolute journey of it. Okay.
Barbaric.
it's 69 miles. It's fine.
Sick, nice, perfect.
So as though as it is, if we did do something, not that way maybe, but if we did go into the mountains a little bit, we went to the river, that might be faster than.
I assume it's frozen.
Yeah.
Most
I guess
everything is
it
frozen
would-
here.
It would essentially be a path, right? So if we went,
Ice, even a frozen river can be treacherous to
Assuming
walk on.
you have to hope that it's thick river or thick.
and also we don't have crampons, do we?
I think some of us do.
We
We have
stocked up
snowshoes
on this
though.
shit.
Snowshoes are going to help us go across.
Oh no, you
the
guys do
open
have
river.
crampons. You got those from Karakonig.
Yeah, but I think
Okay,
with our
then-
carts and things, we just want to go across the
Yeah.
hilly open terrain.
I mean, I guess the fastest then, if we're taking the river route, would be to probably go here, and then follow the river, and then go on the shoreline.
I don't think it's any faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, at that
Personally.
point.
I think cutting literally. I was memeing about straight lines, but I think going straight across this kind of hilly open area,
Yep.
cutting down through this little
You
forest.
got
area
the
and kind of-
equivalent of 4x4 off-road vehicles at this point, so
Yep.
you're not
The
too
war
worried
wagons
about.
and the Yif skiff. We're ready to go.
So yeah, we can do it in about 24 miles, give or take.
Okay,
I'll do it in 23.
nice.
I did 22.
Through sunlight, no problem.
Just passes by the bad neighborhood. Roll them
I
up.
don't see what the issue is.
Okay.
You hear the war go trip trip.
Yep. Just lock the doors. Come on, and gas it. Go through here. All right. So, party gathers up all of their supplies, feeds the animals while the animals are munching and crunching. Figure out which route they want to go as they take their map out. So, going whatever direction you want to, doesn't really matter. We're going to kind of move through this quickly. It is a relatively clear day as you hitch the wagons, get the animals ready to go, point them in the right direction to the west, and head out over the tundra. There's little flurries of snow here and there. You don't see anything strange in the distance for the first half of your journey, and you eventually get to about midday. You make your way to the edge of Red Waters, the lake that is actually fairly close to Dugan's Hole in Goodmead, not too far away, according to this map. Dugan's Hole, a mere 4.5 miles
See
away.
it over there, and we're just like, no, don't look. Don't
Yeah,
look.
Goodmead over there. So you head, and you can see the frozen riverhead here, leaving Red Waters and flowing south to where you are. Actually, no, it probably flows from the mountains into here, so probably this is where it fills from. So you cross over the river here, right in front of you, and head in the direction to see forests, snowy woods and forests, and in the distance, as some of the flurries of snow disappear, your cold breath filling the air, you can see the tips of the spine of the world to the south in the distance. The trees grow thicker, more covered with snow, and you just have the muffled sound of the padded footfalls of the wargs and the polar bears filling your ears, and the creaks of the wagons and the large and the skiffs. As night falls, you get to the edge of these mountains, and as it gets darker and darker, even with the dim light there is, you can see over the next hill there is a low glow filling the sky. to use some of our, real world shit, it's like seeing a small town in the distance over the hills or over like a mountain range.
It's like a little white dome of light.
Yep. But night falls as it starts to get colder, and if you would like to take the long rest here before you make your way down into this valley, this would be your chance.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
10-4.
Is there anything, as you get your hit points back, all that good stuff, is there anything that you would like to do on this long rest? I actually have a note to do this. You do, everybody, as we do in these games, you have all leveled up. So starting with, I think, just with the no-brain Thad right now. Sorry to poke on you first here, Chuckles, but as you're sitting around the fire, getting ready for the next day, is there anything, just like a short little vignette or anything that's different about Thad now that he's gained more experience and furthered his knowledge?
Actually, yes, and this is perfect. This getting ready for camp scene would be a good point to point this out. Thad's been, as I said from the beginning of the day, after all the secrets kind of veiled, and Thad did feel like he had a awakening, like, oh, this is my calling. I have been seeking the secrets of the world. Here come these random people who all have something that they don't, like something that's unknown they were hiding, but now we all know it. So now we're like a group, a team to uncover the darkness. And the conviction of that, more so than anything else, has led to his own astral fist, his astral self that he's projected before as part of his combat with the yarn attaching between spectral forms and whatnot. As he's going around the camp at night, he's talking, kind of being more socially, kind of almost not fatherly is the wrong word, but kind of he's acting a little bit more like he's trying to be the leader, or like a spiritual leader of the team. And he's, at times he'll be like, going up to somebody and be like, you're trying to, I can help with this kind of a thing. And you see there's little wisps of the red, it's that red yarn again, the spectral yarn. It's there without the astral arms present. They just kind of appears at times, especially when touching your shoulder or you're making some sort of contact. And every time he does that, you feel slightly invigorated, because he's going around basically casting guidance on people as we're setting up the camp. And you're starting to see this kind of continuation of it. And it's almost more of a newfound direction or conviction from that. He's always been very sure of the world's out there. It's a big, scary, everything's out to get him. Now he's got this conviction of, it's our time to turn the tides and uncover all the darkness in this world. And yeah, and then one other thing he'll do as he's going around is, before we're getting ready for sleep, he'll go to the Kalis and go, you cannot see in the dark at all, right? Devilman's not supposed to, but apparently he can. So if we're gonna have watches,
I can't see shit.
That's a great question. I ask myself this all the time, and recently I've really come to question what it means to be who I am. But more down to the point today, when you take your watch, I think you'll be able to do better. And I'm going to give him Eyes of Night. So he now has dark vision after 300 feet.
Oh God, it's scary.
Yes, it is scary when you pierce through the veil that surrounds this world. You're seeing the truth for once. Let it guide you. Let it guide you tonight when you have your watch. I'm going to sleep, okay, guy?
Well, I mean, as a friendly reminder, I can't sleep, so.
Perfect. Stay awake. Keep your eye out. See what you can see. I'm going to sleep. He just like falls on the ground, starts sleeping.
I like to imagine you just say you're going to sleep and immediately are asleep, standing.
Yeah. Kind of like leaning against the cart.
And just like a light breeze picks up and you just end up falling.
Oh, it's cold down here. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing that people notice, is more of a shift of demeanor and some strange, more magical abilities seeming to come to the surface.
Okay. For the case of Hirokin, what you see for him is as he's getting ready to bed down, doing the cat like walking around in his sleeping bag and trying to get it comfy. For a brief moment, the pads of his hands glow an interesting color, like the color like a rainbow of hue for a brief moment. And then he like looks at them. He does the big wide eye cat, like cat eyes go wide, and then he just like slaps his paws together and they disappear. There's like a little poof of colorful like dust for a brief moment, that kind of fills with static electricity. Looks at it with curiosity. Okay.
Because he's a cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
pointing on his paw. What?
Yeah, and then he just kind of like falls asleep after that. Valhana, is there anything you'd like to do on this long rest? I know there's some new invocation or not invocations.
I'm not. This is
I can't hear you. What are you saying?
the my infusions.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change any of those ones.
Okay.
Right now, but what I will be doing is kind of mindlessly I'm kind of in my own head. And so one thing I'll be doing is I will summon
Cthulhu.
Oh shit!
I wish, man.
Big boy coming over there.
What do I not have in my thing? Well, I mean, I have all of them. Because it says I can... Well, I'll just do it for fucking shiggles because I'm just like, once again, in my head and just kind of whatever. So I'm going to kind of manifest some Tinker's tools in front of me. And then I'm also going to just take out like a copper piece and actually I'm going to take out 2 copper pieces and I'm going to I didn't think about this at all, so I don't have a plan for this at all. But
Perfect.
I basically want to create something on the 2 of these things that basically like kind of symbolize like a little symbol on it that emits a little bit of light and just says like in I don't know in Elvish or something like safe and home. And this is going to be really creepy. I'm not going to do it, but while Korra is sleeping, I'm going to put those copper coins on her eyes kind of as like a what do you call it? Y'all know what I mean, right?
Claire's
Like-
dead now.
like not as I mean, yes, in traditional cultures like that's like a safe passage type of thing, right, to like the next world, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. It's more the reason of like I want Korra to stay safe, and she's been my protector for the most part, and right now I'm feeling really vulnerable and scared, and so I'm just creating this and putting these in the hopes that like something will mean something and like protect her. I'm not necessarily calling upon a god or anything like, or I don't it's nothing like that, but it's just kind of using my own head mentality to just be like, I want Korra to stay safe. So I just like 2 copper coins and put little symbols on it that in Elvish say like safe and home.
I see this and I'm like, well, that ain't none of my business though.
It's also kind of funny because those coins are glowing with a 5-foot bright and 5-foot dim radius.
right on your eyes.
So there's just like brrr. She's got flashlights going up into the sky.
But it's on the top, so it's not like I'm putting that on her eyes. It's like, it's coming from her.
Yeah.
I put them on upside down and be like, oh, sorry, Cora.
Wakes her up.
It's just it's Glimmer from the last campaign.
Right?
Yeah.
Flashlight eyes.
Get that glam.
For sure. Okay. Demavand, you've just gotten stronger. What kind of strong did you get?
So I think Demovan probably does some like nightly drills or stuff with like the spear or the javelin and whatnot. And I think instead of seeing him kind of like throw the javelin and awkwardly wait for it to like come back and figure out what to do, he instead like steps forward a bit, like spins around counterclockwise and like shoves the shield out, then stabs again with the spear, and starts doing drills that involve being more active in the downtime. Using the shield.
Usually just hold shield. Now, yeah, usually just press block after you send out a move. Now,
yeah, attack, block.
Now a new feature to it.
Do bashies.
Yeah, for sure. So Crix, as you're taking your long rest, you definitely have some communication with Kosuth as he whispers in your mind, giving you some more power, it seems, to do some other stuff, or so I believe. Yeah, you now can call upon Kosuth to channel some of his power into yourself.
Yeah.
So, is there any kind of brief moment of that, of seeing that, or the realization that he gives that to you?
I would say it would be more the other way, where that comes through what I plan to do that evening, which is set out candles and meditate.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
And it's like straight up the in Avatar, The Last Airbender, when the meditating with the candles in front of them, and when they breathe in, the flames go up, and then breathe out, they go back down. That whole thing.
Yeah. Learning more about your inner power with the fire that is within you and outside of you. So yes, you now have Kosuth blesses you with the ability to channel some of his power to burn and blind those that oppose you. Okay. Cora, I have no idea what your character gets, but you can tell me.
Well, first off, since leaving the cave, she has definitely gone into overdrive protective mode for Val, to the point of she's never more than a few steps, and even rebutting Thad's attempts to help. Cora is not very nice all the time, but even this is like out of the ordinary, especially with Thad.
Yeah, at some point, Thad just wonders, I'm just trying to fucking help. I mean, what the god? Oh, Crix is meditating. I'm going to join him.
But ever since the cave, probably like the corner of people's eyes, just getting a glance at her, it's almost like she's wearing a, instead of her feathered wings, she has like a cloak of leaves and a crown on her head, and something is slightly off with her face. Her eyes are a different color. The shape of her face is the same, but it's not. But any direct view is an angry color glare.
Got it. Okay, interesting.
Shit is happening. That's what.
Alrighty. Let's see. And Kalos, anything that changes within you? I mean, besides your obsession with this book and writing people's names in it.
It's funny because I'm in the center of this camp, and there's this montage of everyone doing everything, and I'm just sitting there like awake the whole time, and I'm just like thumbing through this book and all that. And for me, I'm just like looking at my book, and then something springs into my mind, and I shoot out a mode of magic, and then all of a sudden the magic just dissipates out of thin air.
Literal brain fart. Nice. Literal magic brain fart. All right, so all of you have your long rests. Make sure you gain back your spell slots, your HP, your hit dice, or half of them, and anything that recharges on those long rests. Get your spells ready and stuff and prepared. Throughout the night, once again, those who are up see the ribbon of beautiful Aurora Borealis cross the sky, drawn by some dark shape that passes overhead. The night remains.
The double birds.
Flip at the double birds. Yeah, they flip right back at you. No, the night remains pretty calm. It's still frigid cold, huddling around the fire. The warmth of the polar bears and the wargs, who now have seemed to become fast friends. They're not interested in eating each other, even though they do. They're now plump and happy from their pretty hearty meal earlier in the day. 5 pounds of meat each is quite a good amount. That's a big hamburger for those folks, for these animals. They're huddled up next to each other, like the polar bears are lying down and sleeping, and the wargs are kind of nuzzled up next to the polar
One big
bears.
old cuddle puddle.
Yeah, one giant pile of stinky fur. Poot, true to their name, rips a giant warg fart in the middle of the night that wakes him up, and it wakes them up, and they scuttle around and move away from that spot. Typical dog.
I
Dog
love the
style.
mental image of just waking up their own fart, go, oh, and they run away.
Yeah, it happens. It happens IRL. Thumper does it all the time. Wakes himself up with a fart, looks at his butt, and then he's just like, "Did I do that?" And then moves away from it.
Yeah, that was motivated.
Yes. So
That description.
So morning, what is morning breaks, as you all finish a long rest. Kalis, blinks, and basically the frost and rime that's formed around his eyes and eyelashes over the night just kind of like cracks and breaks as he just like comes out of his trance. Slowly, you can almost hear his bones creaking as he starts to move around. Even though he was by the fire, he is still a cold boy.
I imagine Kalis just sounds like a ship.
Mm-hmm. So, it just sounds like a ship just creaking in the night. Yeah. So, if nothing else, you guys hitch up the animals back to your sleds and the wagon, and you are able to continue on. As you see, even in this kind of dim light of the early morning, the glow still is there. So as you trudge deeper into this mountain valley, an eerie glow betrays the monstrous outline of something stupendous and ominous. You crest this hill, you look down, and see what looks to be a cephalopod with slimy, ropey tentacles as thick as tree trunks that has tried and failed to bury its immense hulk in the snow. So this thing is upright, giant cephalopod, so big old shell with tentacles out of the front, and it is just kind of, you can see, even though it has snowed and blizzarded since the time it has crashed, you can see the furrow where this thing has just plowed into this valley, leaving a giant trench behind it. You can almost see some of the bits and pieces of like frozen earth and boulders that were dug up on it upon its crash. It is slightly off kilter. It's not 100% upright, but it's not on its side. You can see there's light glowing from within this thing, almost like a flashlight behind flesh.
So it wasn't joking about summoning Cthulhu earlier?
Nope.
That was not what I expected to see.
I didn't do that.
I think though, as we get a finally take in what we're looking at, look at the Valhalla. What it is?
DM, do I know what it is?
So Valhalla, you recognize the shape, and you blink and steel yourself as this is the thing that you crawled out of, this large, massive beast of a thing. You recognize the outline of it as the glowing dark shape that you fled from after the crash.
And it is biological in nature.
It looks to be.
Huh.
Yeah, would I know, like, is or was it alive? And then
You're not sure. You have memories of what sounded like blood pumping, like, a deep thrum of some sort of arterial movement, or what you would imagine to be arterial movement, and the ever-present kind of feeling of like the ground never being quite solid.
And that's what I traveled in. That's what I came in.
As far as you remember, yes.
Okay. Sad asked me what it was.
Yep.
Okay. I think given Val's history, there's almost a response that may or may not be expected, because so many times like there's just been this like retract into one's self and be scared and want to push it away and all that, but there's just kind of this like this moment. I mean, it's got said, but like Val steels herself, and just kind of like stands upright and stares straight at it. She's pretty fiery. Did the music stop, or was that? Oh yeah, it changed.
Would you
I was
say?
like-
I actually have a quick question. Would you say your Eladrin form changes?
Yep. Yeah, she's red this morning. She's red this morning.
She's fired up.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just looking
So
You see,
Yeah, she's turned from icicle to jalapeno pepper.
yes. So she steals herself and she kind of stands with like almost a resolve that like has definitely not been present the last couple days, with the idea of getting closer to it. And it's like that, like that's how we got here.
And I'm looking through my notes. When did you describe your escape from this? That was a fair while back, right?
I
I'm
don't
trying to-
I don't think I ever described my escape from it. I believe, if I remember correctly, because I don't take notes, because I'm always working while I'm literally on like my other computer doing work as we're doing this. I believe I just spoke in kind of bits and pieces of memory that were kind of spotty and coming back. It was never like I escaped from something and XYZ, but it was like I remember this piece and seeing this image and then finding myself in the snow and then finding Laura. Like
There was also something about you had an aversion to Shardlin because of the.
No, it wasn't the Chardolin. It was specifically the strange metallic objects that you found that the Chardolin happened to be in, or
Did that? Yes,
nestled
that's
in.
really early. But there was something here. I have notes. I gotta find it because there was something that where you had a memory of they pull travelers. Something pulls travelers in to become the like you accept the Shardlin to find your way home or something like that. And yeah, this was
Well,
during.
Thad is searching through his logs.
Yeah, sorry. I have like 18 logs that were now in IRL.
I'll put a hand on Valhana's shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Fortune's Favor.
Oh, cool. This requires the dungeon master's consent. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I think we talked
Dungeon
about it
Master
before.
provides consent.
So no, you impact latent luck onto yourself on one willing creature. So basically, you can dismiss an additional 20. You basically get advantage. So
Okay.
Oh, here it is. Well, Valhana and Cora have a moment outside. Okay, you didn't tell it to us. It was just this, you guys had a conversation. Because you said you have a fear of the Charlotte Penance due to your own experience barely avoiding one during a crisis.
Oh, yeah. It was mainly around the fact that she was offered when Valhana was trying to get her way back to civilization after the crash, a Chardolin pendant presented itself to her and she refused it.
Right. So it's not related
So
to this,
that,
just
like-
part of the you
Yeah.
ran into that as part of your escape.
I ran into it and it was kind of like a draw, but I was just like, no, like I'm not. I was not drawn to it.
Right. So
Um,
we don't know much about this other than you crashed in something, you don't have much memory, and now it's apparently a
Well,
giant
and
octopus.
this is most likely the first time that I've actually seen this or to my recollection see it.
Right, because your memories are
Memory
gone.
of it, but it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
it's not a solid memory. It's like a this is it. It's like I'll know it when I see it type of thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm seeing it, and I'm like, this is everything that I've been experiencing, everything that's been invading my thoughts. So she just stands there with kind of a resolve. Once again, very unlike the last couple days, and it's just like
Seeing
this
that,
is where I find my answers.
yeah, seeing your resolve. Also ironic because all the other preparation spells going on. Looking back up this thing, Thad goes, "Oh god damn, what is this?" And then you see a little bit of red yarn start to circle around his like almost like orbiting him as he gets vigilant blessing.
Sweet. So as that happens, all of you noticed that one of the tentacles begins to move. But you realize it's not the tentacles that's moving, as two objects or two things detach themselves from the tentacles, and you realize they weren't actually part of the tentacle at all. You see two strange, chitinous, skittering monsters moving towards you, scurrying through the snow, little snapping maws and what look to be tendrils coming from their face, kind of like slapping at the snow as they make their way towards you. You see this, and here's a good good picture of what you guys see in the valley.
Ew.
Delicious.
So, we're going to move over to a map, and we're going to roll initiative as you see some
Oh, is that-
nasties.
In that art you linked, is that big object in the background what this
Yeah,
like,
it's
uh,
what this.
speckled
Yeah,
pot-
it's what the nautiloid looks
Oh,
like.
Okay. That's right. Looks like a nautilus in this. Okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, you
maybe
guys had to bring us breakfast.
question too about that on the art. Maybe I'm digging too much into this artwork.
Gross.
Oh wait, maybe it's on here. I'll worry about it later.
Okay.
Oh, those are big boys.
They are big boys. Let's roll initiative.
Oh,
I don't like how
shit.
Kalis has the NPC style initiative box.
It's because he's using like commands and code and shit like that. Not
Okay.
really
Because I'm
code.
special.
Where
It's already over for me, and it's over for you too, Crex.
Kalis is
It
the
doesn't give me-
BBEG. We've just been bringing him with us.
So I should have 17. I didn't turn on advantage for rolls.
Oh, you got it. You put 17 in there.
Oh, it auto updated to the second one.
How's
Okay.
the
Yep.
-1 asshole beating everybody?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, you're wired from staying up all night? Question mark. I don't know.
I haven't slept in
I'm
weeks.
uncertain which of us has a higher dex mod, though.
You have
Oh, for
you have
sure,
your
Mr.
book
Crix,
is
you have a
full
higher
now.
death mod. Right. Okay.
I mean, I'm only a 14.
so
plus two.
between
Kalis is a
between
minus
me?
1 on his initiative.
Oh, then yeah. Never
Yeah,
mind,
Crix, you're
that
up
makes
first.
sense. Yes. Okay. Let's see. Nope. I will move forward to here. I will draw my sword. And I will... As I draw it, I will channel divinity.
Cool.
So, boop, there you go.
Excellent.
So they each need to make a con save.
Okay, yes, and these are what you guys see. These lovely, skittering, scabby-looking dudes. All right, you got it.
Gross.
Okay, Constitution save, you said?
Constitution save.
Gradients of the
All right, the one closest to you fails. The one behind you in the back ducks behind one of these ropey tentacles and does not take the damage.
Really?
Oh, wait, is this?
And
Oh, go ahead.
No, it takes
Oh.
half the damage.
Ah, okay.
I was just gonna ask if I could be closer because I feel like I would
Sure.
I would have started, like marching
Oh, that's
towards it,
actually-
was like searching for my answer,
Alright.
and I just realized where I was. So
That's
I
fine.
was just
yeah.
like, oh wait, I don't.
There
wanna
you
be
go.
there.
That's good to go. Okay,
And then,
Is that the first time you channeled divinity so far?
it is.
yes, it is.
Okay. Thad will notice this.
So what does
Yes.
it look like?
Exactly.
It's so I have the sword. I unsheath it and then I kind of flip it down, holding it backhand. Get down on one knee and stab it in the ground. and it bursts with that like radiant rainbowy kind of light. And then I will, for flavor's sake, use a bonus action to enwreath that flame in fire. So I cast Flame Blade. That was my bonus action. Boop. That guy.
Yep.
All
Cool.
right.
All right. So 11 damage on the first one, right?
Yep. And then
And
5
they
on
are
the other.
blinded too, right?
It is. Don't. What's it? A creature that has total cover. Nope. No blind. Just damage.
Okay. So 11 to the first one.
Yep.
And then 5 on the second one. Okay. For some reason I thought it was blinding, but that actually is there's your other like level 1 thing. The like flashbang.
Yeah. Yes, I've got a flashbang.
Okay, cool. Kalis.
I'm gonna bring the heat too. Take this. Pew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which one are you shooting at?
The closest.
Yep, nails it. You watch as it crashes, the fire burns through its chitinous shell, and you can hear it sizzle as the flesh inside burns.
Oh, Papa wants a new pair of chitinous boots.
All right. Bad.
Okay. I think he will want to walk up to the one up here, get in front of him. You will not stop us from uncovering the truth. And then I'm going to punch a bug.
Yeah, it looks to you and goes, it just like clicks at you.
I know you know what I said. Bam. 25.
Yes.
All right, 6. And then I'll, with my very clever use of mechanics, swing backwards. 14.
Full hit.
Advantage. Oh, okay, nice. For a 9.
Nice. Okay.
6 to 9. Nice. And then I will... I don't know how strong these things are yet.
This one's looking really battered. Like
Ooh,
the blast from the radiant light sears it, softens it up. The fire bolt just thunders through it. You can see that there is like a large, just like chunk of flesh missing beneath the shell. Your first hit is like cracks part of its carapace. Your backswing nearly knocks it off. It's basically about to fall apart in front
All
of
right,
you.
then we'll just, if it's looking that beat up, I'm just going to try to land it with one solid punch on the bonus action.
Okay.
Oh, 12?
No, unfortunately, we'll miss.
Damn. Oh, wait, I can spend a key if I miss, though, right? Key field attacks?
Yes, you can. Key field attacks. You can spend a key point to, whatever that thing.
Oh, no, sorry, it's not that. There is one that lets
No,
you
there
do
is
that,
one.
though.
It is, if you
But
miss.
do I have it? Focus strike? Sorry.
Yes.
Yes, I will roll one key point to, I think it's just, it adds, sorry, let me just link it. I have a lot of things on here now, apparently. Key field,
Yes.
where the fuck did it go? I just had it open. Ah,
Sit-
there it is.
Yeah. So, key point is part of your action. Make one attack.
No,
Nope, it's
that's,
not that
sorry,
one.
That's the wrong one again. It's the wrong one again. It's
Focused attack.
focus strike. That's the one.
Focus strike.
Okay, so you spend 1 and increase it by 2 for each of the key points
But I
spent.
already know 14 hits. So
Yes, you do. So it hits.
Yeah, perfect. So I'll go ahead and punch him for 5.
It nearly falls over. It still
God damn
barely
it.
skitters and stands there. All right,
All right.
Valhana.
Alrighty, I am going to basically you see Val just kind of very, very quickly just kind of disappear and reappear as she face steps here. That's my homunculus. Sorry. Face steps here, and then with the summer face step, each creature of my choice within 5 feet of me when I land. So I basically teleport into the space. Each creature effect requires a saving throw. Does it require a saving throw? It just says it takes fire damage equal to your charisma modifier.
If there's nothing that
Which-
says anything
ability
about your
is?
saving throw, then that's
Yeah,
It's
there's nothing that says
Eldrin.
saving throw. So
Eldrin.
she so it's a minimum of 1 damage because my charisma modifier is 0, but it's a minimum of 1.
Okay.
It says that. So they each take 1 damage.
nice. There's a
yeah.
burst of flame.
1 fire damage. You're muted, by the way. Scott.
There's a burst of flame as you singe both of these little scuttling boys.
And then I'm going to
The one up here nearly falls over. It is on its last legs. Multiple
wait,
last
the one
legs.
closest to Sad?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let's see, because I can't use a bonus action now. I have to use an action. Because face step is a bonus action.
So you can cantrip action if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to face step isn't it's not a spell. It's just
Yeah, but you could spell it. Yeah, and you could spell if you want.
Okay. I mean, I could do a spell, right? If I wanted to.
Yep.
I'm not going to. I'm going to. Man, I don't have any. I could be like, touch both these guys. I'm just gonna poison spray that buddy. So it's a 14.
Okay, con save for that one. Got it.
Oh wait, I get
What?
what?
It's already there. The bonus to the damage, but this isn't an attack roll. Actually, no, you don't have that on yet, so it's fine. Okay.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fortune's favor.
Yeah, but that's
on
only
right.
for rolling of attacks or ability checks.
Attack ability, saving throw, or an attack on me. Okay.
Yeah, so that one does save.
Fuck you.
All right, Demovan. Oh, actually, oh yeah, you already used your bonus action, so now the homunculus can move and take the dodge action if it wants to.
Yeah, it'll move to me.
Okay, cool.
Just be there.
Demovan, go ahead.
I
There.
will run forward, stab at this thing.
Okay.
Short chub spear.
Oh yeah, it's
Crit.
completely dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that one's gone. What is your coup de grace on this thing?
I guess it probably like rears up a little bit as it's blinded, and I just go for the underbelly. Just
Alright.
a very small.
Yeah.
Like a perfect strike. Yeah.
Dodging the poison spray, patting out the fire from Valhana's little teleportation burst of heat. Yeah, it reveals its tender underbelly to you, which you just shish kebab it. You get bug on stick.
Perfect.
That's what I say in some places.
I will carry bug on stick over to here and try to make 2 bug on stick.
Beat his ass with his own
Oh.
companion.
Well, actually, first I will try to spin the shield around and try to shove him
Okay,
to the ground.
Nice.
I don't know if he can be prone, but
we'll see.
Uh,
DC 11 athletics, contested athletics, right?
yeah, I think it's athletics and or.
Yeah,
Yep.
you could choose.
It saves, rolls very well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just swing the bug on stick at it again.
Bonk. That'll hit it.
I like the math. That should be bludgeoning damage now.
Yeah, it's not bludgeoning damage as you thud this other dude on top of the other one. The corpse falls off onto the ground. All right, Kolra, you see Valhana sprint her way, or like suddenly appear in a burst of flame in between these two bugs. One of them is now dead, but the other one is clicking its menacing jaws at both Demovan and Valhana.
Cora instantly has a mini panic attack, first off. And then, totally not even thinking about her powers, she just runs up next to Valhana, freaking out while also just swinging her sword.
Shwink, shwink, shwink. Okay, great. Yeah,
Okay.
hits. Nice 6 piercing. Stab into its side. Anything else? Any bonus actions?
Nope, that's all I got. Other than looking at Valhalla and go, the fuck are you doing?
All right. Iroken runs into action. Will sprint up, decides against rage as there is already one of them is already down. Steps on the corpse, basically that was flung off of Demovan's spear, and will war pick twice at this thing. He will use he will hit at advantage, reckless striking hit twice. First one, a 24 to hit for 11 piercing damage. Second one, a 23 to hit for 9 piercing damage. 20 damage on this thing. It is not looking hot. This thing will panic.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if it tries to strike anyone on either side of me, I'd like to impose with the shield.
Okay, so it'll be disadvantage on these attacks.
Mhm.
Okay, yes, it will, definitely. It's going to roll a d4 starting with Kolra. 1 is Kolra, 4 is Mr. Hyrokin. All right. Ha! It's you, Dimavand. So it turns his attention. Yeah. Yeah, you're just like, look, yeah, it's almost like you're just moving your shield around too much and it just zooms in on you. So it'll make a bite attack against you. Chomp, a 19 to hit.
I will take it.
Okay. Deals 10 piercing damage as it bites into your shoulder. It then immediately whips you with the tentacles. Blah, a 12, which will miss you. Okay. Crix, you are up.
Okay. Well, I will approach.
Swoop. Surrounding this
And-
thing. You're just
Yep.
fucking going to town on it.
And
The space scene
Exactly.
intensifies.
But on strange giant millipede thing. Yeah, that'll hit it.
23 hits.
Yes, absolutely.
For
Ooh.
11 fire damage.
Nice.
toasty.
What does this look like? You take this thing out.
Just like I just kind of like I still have the blade backhand as I approach it, and I just kind of just bring it up and just stab it in, and you just kind of see fire gout out of like every crevice in this thing's carapace.
Nice.
Boil it from the inside out.
Nice, yeah. You hear a popping and sizzling sound as this land shrimp becomes barbecued. Very good. Alrighty. So, as these two bugs bite the dust, you look up at the shadow of, or in the shadow of this giant cephalopod ship that just basically looms above you. You hear a sound actually, as there is almost what sounds once again like a strange kind of like groan or creak noise, almost like the sound of like a whale moaning, like. And then the tentacle next to you, Thad and Kalis, twitches. Like,
You see Thad just like jump back, and then the little red yarn started orbiting his head again, and yeah. I do not like this place. It is very spooky.
I'm gonna stab a tentacle.
yeah, you stab down on a tentacle. It writhes in pain, but it doesn't like attack or react. You see it like kind of like twitch sporadically. These things are definitely big, though. As I said, the diameter of like a pretty hefty tree trunk.
Oh, Crix, that's kind of rude. We don't even know if this thing's friendly.
So
Sent those things.
Would I
after
know?
us.
Would I know if it's friendly?
you don't know if it's friendly.
Some kind
You
of
know,
vessel.
you're right.
Would I have an opinion about whether it's friendly?
You have no, actually. So there is something in you, Valhalla, that's like just like a weird thing in the back of your mind, where you feel a strange kind of like, now that you're back at this place, a strange sense of like being protected. I don't know what that. I'm trying to figure out the right description for it. Like a feeling of safety from this thing, but it's weird. It's more like the only way I would say is a drone to the mothership.
Like, I feel like a drone to this as the mothership.
But it's very faint. That's like the feeling you get, but you like shake it off because that's weird. That's unnatural. Why would you feel that way?
Okay, so I'm not gonna. I was
Yeah.
basically looking to see like if I would have a response to that, like it's not friendly, something along those lines. But I don't.
Thad probably doesn't notice your consternation, but he will look at the Crix. Well, those things could have been parasites. We don't know. We should take a closer look. Valhalla, you must have some idea of what to look for here. It's large and tentacly.
You do notice that above you there is a what looks to be a deck about 5 feet off the ground. So some of you, taller folk, most of you I think are above 5 feet, can see over the edge of this thing. There is there
That's what I'm
is
asking for the art. Yeah,
yeah,
the
there
deck
is what looks to be a deck 5 feet above the valley floor, covered with fresh snow. Mounted on the deck is a ballista covered in ice, and at the back of the deck, you can see there is a double door that is made of chitin and an iron, or made of chitin and iron, and is tucked under what looks to be 2 higher decks above it. The lower of which has another ballista mounted to it.
Well, this just begs to be explored and its secrets unveiled. What say you? We get up there, Valhalla. Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm already.
Oh shit, she's already up there. Let's go.
I just don't know. where
Oops.
it is. This way.
Yeah, so there you go.
I assume this looks like the front from the image, right?
Yeah, so climbing here, I'll move you guys up there. I'll move you guys up. So,
It's strangely dark outside once we climbed onto the balcony.
yeah, I don't know. It's hiding that little area
I
there.
don't know what you mean. It's exactly the same as always.
Wait.
As we're climbing on, can I tell if I'm able to reach out to its mind? Can I tell if it has emotion, anything like that?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
looking through
Holy
its eye.
shit, Demovan. So there is no eye, you don't see anything like that, but as you climb upon the deck and you put your bare hand upon this, what feels almost just like a strange fleshy tentacle, you reach out to it and you immediately recoil as what feels like thousands of alien minds reach out to you at once.
Don't like that. Devan reaches into his backpack, pulls out some gloves or some shit, so he doesn't have to touch any of this shit with his hand.
Okay.
There's a lot of minds in this thing.
Mines?
Interesting.
Like, where you
Vietnam flashbacks.
Not like things that you put in the ground that explode, but
okay.
like a higher form of a brain.
Oh, like the thinking meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
That's crazy.
Is there like any sort of unified thought to them? Like, do the thoughts go a particular way, or is it like chaos of thoughts?
No, it's all unified. It's definitely unified thoughts. And there is a kind of moment where you feel the thoughts' attention move towards your own thoughts and your own intelligence, and that is when you pull away.
Yep. Yeah, that's
All right.
There are many connections to whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's many symbol monkeys.
Yes, many symbol
Let's find
monkeys.
a way to
Enough
pull it
symbol
then.
monkeys together, they can create a ship out of a sea
Also-
creature.
I'll step over also by Kalis one more time and tap you on the shoulder.
In case things get spooky in there, you can now see.
Kaelus's eyes get even more wide and more glowy.
I also love that it's to 300 feet. You can see so far with this.
300 feet. My
And I have it by default unless I give it to someone else.
Ironically, I just love to think that Kaelus is such an old man that his vision is bad and he just can't even see 300 feet out.
I didn't see that far anyway.
Oh my goodness.
The
Okay.
cataracts kick in. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, 300 feet, totally. I'm just like squinting. I'm like,
Also,
Also,
the second that it wears off, it's like turning off the lights after your eyes have adjusted to a really bright room. You're like, oh my god, I can't see nothing.
Thad's eyes
my
are gonna be
render
like,
distance is really bad on this character.
at this point, I think Thad's eyes are gonna be like constantly bloodshot as we go between places. Which
Okay,
also
so
means
stare
I
at
have a
me.
permanent 300-foot dark vision, which is kind of ridiculous.
So you stand upon the deck here, and you notice that the ballista made of steel or some strange material, similar to the metal actually that you had put together, Thad. It is
close to it,
bent,
yeah.
broken, and basically destroyed. It seems to have taken quite a lot of damage in the initial crash. This is inoperable.
I'll just kind of run my hand along it, kind of feel it, and
It's finely
Make sure.
crafted. It has some strange qualities of almost being like, it looks a little bit out of place on the deck. I would say that you definitely would notice it, where with all the other organic material that is around, and especially with like the tentacles and all that stuff, it's almost like you would expect some sort of like flesh gun, but this thing is bolted to the deck.
interesting. Is the deck fleshy as well?
You brush the snow to the side, and you definitely realize that the floor in here is quite spongy, as it does seem to be flesh.
Where the bolts go into it and go.
Where the bolts go into it, you can almost see that the flesh has grown up around the bolts, around the base of this thing.
Okay, I kick some snow over that. I don't look at that.
Are we going inside?
I think so.
I was going to say counter to Val's usual reaction and my current reaction. I literally I don't care to discuss.
Just a,
I was just
yeah.
like, ah. But Val does not do that. Val's just like, Val's at the door ready to go in, and so she kicks it open.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'd love to see Val.
She attempts to open it.
Valhalla kicks at it, and just there's like a pong as the steel and
actually kick it.
it does not open with just like a pull. It does seem to be coated with ice, kind of keeping it shut.
Who wants to open this thing?
Ulrich gets for the kick.
Okay, give me an athletics check. Nice.
Oh, shit.
All right, so Kolra absolutely decimates this door, kicks it open. There's a crash of ice as one of the doors just flies across. It seems that the cold has really, really badly damaged the hinges and the supports of this thing. It flies across, and you see a room inside here. A dull, dim glow fills the room, and you do see movement across the floor, scuttling, crawling. And we'll take a quick break there as we will return in just a moment.
Excellent. I actually need to get food, so I'll be.
Yeah, go get more food. 10-minute break, get food, and we'll be right back.
Food?
All right, thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Time is not up. It's time for a break. Be right back.
Chance to change your mind. Baby, could you let me share your night? 'Cause I'm holding on to you and I won't let go. And I won't let go. And I won't let go. riding in ambitions. Yeah, you're making me feel. I feel like I'm an animal. 'Cause every time I lose control, wanna take a bite and take it off. I feel like I'm an animal, you know. I feel like I'm an animal. I feel like I'm an animal. I feel like I'm an animal. 'Cause every time I lose control, wanna take a bite and take it off. I feel like I'm an animal, you know. I lost your attention. I'm running out your mind. Don't know the direction to your side. Got the wrong impression. I thought that we were fine, but now it's turned to ice. So you decide, and I just wait. I don't get you, I don't chase. So you decide, and I'll just save my time. I guess we'll never know. But don't say that you're sorry. Don't say that you're sorry, girl. 'Cause we came almost too close. But don't say that you're sorry. You don't really want me, girl. It's
Okie
already
dokie.
broken. I don't wanna talk. I'm already looking for something more.
Cloves and other whole spices, almond and sugar.
What?
Lime zest, ginger, cloves.
Oh, NVIDIA just started doing a graphics driver update for me, so I may go bye-bye briefly.
Wow.
Graphics
download
doesn't
a new
affect you.
I haven't-
guys.
Nah, I can sometimes like disconnect all like peripherals. It should be fine. I'm not worried about it.
Over the
So
weekend,
you're
I
not
learned the
gonna be able
magic
to
of
see. What did I just do? I pressed backspace and I disappeared. I think I deleted my character.
I'm also
Deleted
currently
yourself, yeah.
I'm trying to cook macaroni, so I may also disappear briefly for that.
Ooh, macaroni.
I ironically was saying just disappear and go dark for
Macaroni
moment,
in
not
a
be able
pot.
to see
Okay.
anything. And then I disappeared and everything went dark. And I'm like, oh shit, who was I talking about? Self-fulfilling prophecies.
So last week I was going to make mac and cheese, right?
Yeah.
Realized I'm out of milk.
Oh.
Was it
I
good
used-
mac and cheese or like
it-
shit mac and cheese?
It was Kraft mac and cheese, so
Okay.
depends on your opinion of Kraft.
It's like middle of the road.
Yeah,
It's like what I
But-
consider standard.
yeah. So it's like I had
In the
didn't have
microwave or
milk
on the stove?
on the stove. I'm
Okay.
not a
okay.
heathen. Come on.
I mean, that or 10 years old, 7
Yeah.
years old. You know.
okay. To
some-
be fair,
okay.
the microwave, like the instant microwaved ones, aren't bad.
They're a tiny bit not as good as the stove ones.
Yeah, but if you're lazy,
Okay, continue. Milk.
yeah. Anyways, didn't have milk. Use chicken stock.
Pretty banging. I bet that would be banging.
Yeah, it's,
So
I
you
mean,
didn't make mac and cheese.
yes, I did.
I mean, it still has the cheese.
chicken
powder.
cheese combo is a little bit.
that
Although to be
sounds
fair,
great.
I have no milk, so I'm about to cook it with some oat milk, but I think that'll be just fine.
Yeah,
That's
that should
milk.
be fine.
That's milk.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's still milk.
It's just
Yeah,
not
but
dairy.
yeah, but the thing is if you like baked mac and cheese recipes often have chicken stock in them. It's not that outlandish. But Neon thought I was weird.
Oh,
You
I mean-
are.
let me,
Shut the
let
fuck
me
up.
tell you
That's
about
true
my
regardless
amazing
of your
mac and
chicken stock
Yeah,
preferences.
for
but-
Yeah,
that,
That's not related to the chicken
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes, but
I mean, it's
in that
better
particular
than
situation.
water. Like, what were your other options? Like,
Mhm.
okay, go with it.
I used a liquid with a fat content.
I mean, doesn't the Kraft mac and cheese actually have an option to use like water or milk?
If you
No,
want watery,
it's straight up. It says you
I
have
thought-
to use butter or margarine. That's where your option is, and then milk.
Oh,
okay.
it's been a while since I've
Let's
made
get back
that.
to this shit, boys and girls. So, as you kick this door open,
Mac and cheese is important, DM.
well, guess what's more important? This.
We find mac and cheese inside.
Val is happy.
All right, so as you kick open the door, you see by the dim glow inside, attached to the walls of this chamber, there are 3 sets of chains and manacles designed to hold large creatures. A staircase rises to the next deck amid crates, barrels, and broken bits of equipment. Moving along the detritus are 4 creatures. 3 of them are small, repulsive purple things that float above the ground and pull themselves across the floor using oversized face tentacles. The 4th is a lumbering monstrosity made of stitched together parts from goblins, dwarves, and a reindeer.
Is it
Cora
named
steps
Rudolph?
inside and then yells, "Oi, can you fuckers speak common?"
There is a collective as you see these 3 little creatures who are just kind of like toddling around like almost like small babies are pushing like boxes back and forth between each other. The large lumbering thing turns to you, drops its box on the ground with a crash, and all of the these little things like freak out and they're like this is what they look like, by the way. Hold up.
Common, motherfucker. Do you speak it?
They just invaded these guys' home and asked if they speak English.
That's so
Who
cute.
are the bad guys?
Are we ice?
That's actually really cute.
As you approach, these little things, as I said, they go and make weird like burbling noises at you. But the large creature immediately raises its reindeer hoof at you and moves to attack. So roll
Halt.
initiative again.
I expected it to say halt. You have violated the law, but
No, it says nay. It doesn't neigh. That would be weird.
I'm guessing that's a no.
For what? The English motherfuckers, do you speak it?
Yeah.
No, yeah, none of them speak English.
oof. Wait.
Cora would say that to herself as she draws her sword.
Ouch. Gross.
Icky. Ew. Okay, cool.
Motherfucker, every time somebody rolls, it cancels my typing.
What? Weird.
Yeah.
Alright,
Every time a new initiative shows up, it's like, fuck you.
Demavan, you're up first. Go ahead. What are you doing?
Is the only thing rearing to attack this reindeer thing?
Oh yeah, the other 3 things immediately scurry to the side of the room and basically like hide behind or on top of little barrels to watch.
Okay. Okay, I can get there. I will run in to here. I'll take out the long spear, put away the shield and my javelin, and I'll try to keep him at bay with it. 20.
Okay, that definitely hits this thing.
13. And I'll just stab again, nothing special. 26.
Okay. So you actually, interesting thing with your long spear, you watch as the flesh becomes taut and almost rubbery as you pierce it. The spear tip does embed itself in the flesh, but you watch as the flesh wraps around it and almost expels it from the skin.
Oh.
Gross.
So both of those hit it for sure. It doesn't seem to have any sort of armor on other than just the stitched together flesh of, as I said, goblins, dwarves, and reindeer. However, that 24 damage, it definitely takes about half.
Okay. And then with my bonus action, I'll swing it around with the back end and do a offhand attack
Cool.
with it. Crit.
Shit, yeah.
For 6.
Reroll that one.
It's only a D4, so
Yeah. Still.
I don't know how to do it. Hang on.
What? You don't know how to slash
Go
R
click the
D4?
D4.
It's a 1.
Still fucking sucks. All right, so 6 damage. Half down.
It
Alrighty.
was meant to be.
That was, unfortunately. Alrighty.
And then I'll
Hirokin,
take 1 step back with my last
step back. Okay, you definitely notice that these things are just kind of like waggling their like feet and arm tentacles at you, but they're not attacking you. They're almost looking at you with curiosity, just burbling and slapping their tentacles on the slapping their tentacles on top of the crate when they see you attack the flesh golem. Like. All right, Hirokin will. I think he has this at level 6, but I'm not sure. He should have something that's basically like active rage. Yeah, he probably does. I think it's level 6. Maybe maybe a higher level. Okay, whatever. He's going to run here, run in here. He is quick though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's 45
should have
feet
40
of
feet.
He has 45 feet of movement, so he gets to there. At this point, he is going to make the Ragey Rage. And he has his... Shit. I have to roll it from my own table. It's not available. Unless... Pop up for me? Ha 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 ha. No. That's not. There we go. It is a bolt of lightning. Great! A bolt of light, not
He does
lightning.
that one.
Yeah. So a bolt of
Why
light.
is it so large?
Because it comes from a table. It's weird.
I was like, how do I make it small?
Con saving throw. It fails the con saving throw. And so it will take, as he rages, radiant damage. 2 radiant damage, which sears the flesh. And he will make 2 attacks at this thing with advantage, as he will reckless against it. He is raging. A war pick. 22 to hit it. Will hit it for 9 damage. Second war pick attack. 14 hits it for another 9 damage. Consistent. Okay. Good. Up next, Thad.
Sorry, my graphics driver update decided to break everything. So,
Oh no.
Yeah, you'd think it would work, but I can get things to go now, but sound's gone. I can only see half of the screen. I'll probably relaunch everything in a minute. But what I'll do for my turn, just keep it easy. Seeing the big guy, seeing Hiroki in there, I'll yell from back, "Oh, it is time for me to protect my squad. Hey, you have the ability to undercover the darkness. Let's go!" And I'll cast Bless on Hirokin, Demavan. Let's say Kolra and oh wait, it's a 3, right?
Yeah,
Great.
level 1, 3.
Yeah, those 3, because they're the 3 closest to it. And then I will use my action, I use my movement to run, flying in, getting up in this guy's face.
Yeah.
And then bonus action, use a key point to cast Patient Defense.
All right.
So I'm taking the dodge action up in his face.
You are currently dodgy.
Yep.
Ninja. Okay.
That's my turn. I'm gonna restart everything. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. Okay. On his turn, the big golem will raise its reindeer antlers and will see. It's going to slam. 1 slam against Mr. Thad with disadvantage. An 18 will hit Thad. Is dealing 17 bludgeoning damage to him.
God damn it.
And then the second one, this one is at Hirokin with advantage. 25 to hit him. It will slap him for 14 bludgeoning damage. Even though you watch as these fists glow with magical energy, Hirokin still resists it. Okay. Amen, barbarians. Just because it's bludgeoning damage and it's magical doesn't mean. Okay. Alright, that's its turn. Crix, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to Run it.
And as you run in, you can see these little squidlings are like setting up a cheerleading squad on these crates, just kind of like, just like it's like watching a tennis match. They like look over to Hiroken as he slams into him, look over to the flesh golem as the flesh golem slams in. They're just kind of like.
It definitely hasn't been 10 minutes since the last fight, right?
Nope, absolutely not.
Sword is still on fire.
Yep.
I will attack.
Oh, nice.
Oh no!
Right.
That's gross.
Yeah, it misses. No, it hits. Sorry. This thing has no armor on. It's basically naked.
Hell
Dick
yeah.
swinging.
Yeah. In that case.
Is it a deer dick or is it a?
What?
It's a goblin
damage.
dick. It's unfortunately it's not compensated too well there. Okay.
And then bonus actions are hard to come by.
You watch as it gets slashed with that fiery blade, and as it cuts across its skin, it looks down at itself. Starts like patting at that like scorch mark and like, looking obviously distressed.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Man, what bonus actions exist? Like,
None,
at
man.
all.
The
Fine.
vestigial thumb of 5e.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That'll be my, that's my turn.
Hey, Valhalla, you are up.
Alrighty, I am going to keep with the. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Lost your voice.
Fiery.
Where'd you go?
Am I here?
Yeah,
Hello?
you're just not talking loud enough. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm going to keep with the theme of being angry and fiery, and I'm going to cast
Fireball. at
flaming,
ninth level.
flaming sphere.
Ah, okay, okay.
Alchemist,
Hmm.
and cast it like right here behind him,
Got it.
because it's a 5 foot. What is it? 5 foot diameter? 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot diameter. But it's if he ends turn within 5 feet. So does it do damage on the first one?
As a bonus action, you can ram it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then let's do that.
That's what that is. So you cast it, it
Oh,
appears,
okay.
and then he needs to make a dex save. It's still freaking out. So you watch as it stumbles around, kind of like awkwardly spinning and looking at more fire. You see its eyes go wide in fear. It will make a save at disadvantage. It rolls a 0.
Yeah.
So it takes a full 13 fire damage. All right, very nice. Okay, Cora.
My homunculus.
Oh, we'll do what?
Is gonna move.
Okay, go ahead. Fly it in.
There.
Okay. Zips behind Thad. All right, Cora, go ahead.
How hurt does this look?
It's starting to look damaged. Pretty damaged. You watch as that last blow from the flames really burns into its leg, and you see it start to limp a little bit. It is still standing strong, though. Eyes looking around the room in panic.
Does it look like it doesn't want to fight anymore?
Oh no, it definitely looks like it wants to fight. It's just looking like it's not liking the fact that it got stabbed with a burning blade and then got absolutely trucked by a flaming sphere. You can see it's looking for a way to get away from the fire, basically. It's still like angry and wants to fight. It just fire.
Alright. These moral quandaries are for later. I'm gonna dissonant whispers.
Yeah, find out if we're the baddies after we've killed everyone.
Alrighty. It will make a wisdom save at disadvantage here. 5.
Nice.
Alright, you watch as its one dwarf hand, one goblin hand goes up to its strangely stitched together face and it cries out. Does this do... Oh, and you upcast it, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. So a total of... Oh, very nice. Okay. It looks panicked around the room. Did something bad
It
happen?
also, well, first off, it also has to use its reaction to move away.
Oh, wow. Okay. So...
And it does provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it has to use its movement. It's not being forced. It's technically not being forced movement.
I love that there's a distinction between coerced movement and forced movement.
I don't know what just happened. Animals doing weird stuff in the hallway. 1 second. Erica's checking it out. Okay. All right, cool. So it will move away, and it will take attacks of opportunity as it basically runs this way. So Hyrokin, Crix, and Thad all get attacks of opportunity on it.
Oh shit! And I've got a fiery sword. Nice.
Beat his ass.
Bob.
That'll
Oh,
hit.
man.
That'll hit. And
7 for me.
a
14
I'm gonna
for
do a
me.
claw from Hyrokin. A crit.
Oh!
All right, so 7 damage from your bludgeoning. That you punch this thing in its like side, and it has that moment of like your fist like goes into its flesh, and then it rebounds backwards. Like you're just like, what the fuck? strangely rubbery flesh on this thing. So you deal reduced damage because of that, but you still do deal damage. You deal 3 to it. Crix, the fire burns it fully. And then, once again, it cries out in pain as it's set on fire once more. And then the claws from good Hyrokin deal a total of 2 OO damage and a nice 8 total there. So 10 claw, which is reduced down. All right, Cora. Any other bonus actions that you would like?
Not willingly.
Okay. Did something happen?
A sword gets yeeted.
Ah, sick.
Yeah.
All right. So as this golem puts its hand to its head, cries out in psychic pain, and runs to the back of the room, taking attacks. In what seems to be almost celebration, Cora yeets her sword at the crate, I guess.
Try to make it look like you're trying to hit the flesh golem.
Yeah, that's it.
Give me a. Actually, why don't you do a roll of d8 for me? Make it random as we.
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw it directly behind you, out the door, past Kalis.
Alright, it's fine. Only Kayla saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Crix is just staring at you from the other side of the room.
Yeah, you just see like a Demovan over the shoulder, one eye glare.
Yes.
All right, so Kalis, you are up.
I'll scoot up and see what I can see, and screw you, weird goblin dick thing.
It is a goblin dick thing. All right, firebolt, a 10 to hit will hit it. Deals 8 fire damage. You deal exactly enough to down this thing as you pierce it. Where do you shoot it? Please don't say it's goblin
I was
dick.
aiming higher than the dick. I'll tell you
Okay.
that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I was aiming for one of the nipples.
All right, you scorch a hole straight through the nipple, and there's one last excruciating cry of pain from this thing. As it grabs at his chest, stumbles backwards, trips over a barrel, and then he cracks the barrel open, and a strange pink slushy liquid pours out of it onto the floor.
Oh gosh, I know what that is. Out of character.
Pepto-Bismol.
Chunky Pepto-Bismol.
Is it out of the barrel or out of the golem?
Oh, out of the barrel.
Okay.
Oh, it's the barrel. It's the barrel for me. Alrighty. So, with combat stopping, there's immediately a reaction from the 3 little squidlings as they look in your general direction. Oh, hi.
I never said combat was over.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my computer. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay. Okay, we good, I guess. What the fuck?
There was a moment when your mic switched, but you're good. So these
Okay,
three little guys, Demovan, as you're standing there, you feel a tugging on your back.
Turn around.
One of them is like batting at your javelin, just kind of like pat, pat, pat. Like as
Like
you
a
turn around, it looks
playful
at
cat.
yeah. As you turn around, it looks at you.
It appears to be trying to communicate.
Are you sure you did not just insult him?
I'm gonna step forward to it.
One of the other little ones near it looks at you, looks at the other one with jealousy, and then just tackles it. Like they just tackle each other. The two of them tumble to the ground in a pile of tentacles.
Do we recognize what they're speaking?
No, they're
Is
not
it-
even.
is it
They're
a-
like not even. They're literally just babbling.
Okay. Okay.
It's Squid
It could
Baby
be. It
talk.
could be a language. It could be a language between the between them. But as far as you can tell, it's just incoherent noises of bubbles and burps.
Okay. So it's not one of the known languages.
As
like
far as you
trying
can
to-
tell.
It's like trying to listen
I
to
could
squids
try and
talk.
comprehend language, but I can't communicate with them. Some could say I don't have the tongues for it.
What?
Scuzz just went really
Wait,
quietly.
I think I can communicate with him. Wait, hold on.
Whatever they're doing, I'm both disgusted and intrigued.
Wait, no, I cannot.
I'm going up to them. When I approach, like, is there any sort of recognition or familiarity? What the fuck was that?
What?
I don't
There-
know.
Was that one of the cats? Like, what was that noise?
I want to
Okay,
say
I'm not gonna worry about it.
when Moog said disgusted and intrigued, I thought for certain he was going to say disgusted and aroused.
Scarouse.
They're like baby things.
Yeah, they basically
no.
have the demeanor of as you look at them, Demovan, they have the demeanor of a toddler combined with a house cat.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
It's kind of
that sounds
no.
awful.
kind of like the bapping and the babbling.
Is it the worst of both or the best of both?
Mhm.
Depends on what
Someone
time of
bought a
day it is.
laser pointer and we'll find out.
Cora,
It's the kid in Raya.
Cora, you do find your sword outside.
Oh,
Okay.
I missed it. Did you eat your sword?
Yes, sword was
No.
needed.
No, shut up.
Thad, so Thad, Valhalla, I'll get to your recognition thing in a moment there. But Thad, you do look over where this flesh golem fell backwards against his barrel, and you do see that it is like it's now basically in a puddle of strange pink liquid.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna go investigate that weird goo.
What is this? I'm gonna.
Bend down to it. Smell it.
Go
look at it.
Give me a investigation check.
Yep. Nope.
Okay. To you, it looks like some sort of strange like soup, maybe.
Huh. Who knew that squids ate pink soup? Weird. Okay, nothing else to see here.
Shrimp boil.
Okay, Valhalla, these things, you do have a bit of recognition as a memory floods back in. You do remember these things, and actually as the kind of sounds of combat clear and everything kind of calms back down for a moment, you recognize this chamber, and you look along the walls and you recognize this is where you were chained up here, this cargo hold.
Would I be able to identify like the space where it was? Like if I'm just kind of like walking
Yeah,
around.
you right there against that wall.
Do I recognize these thingies at all?
You recognize them in a strange way. I think you're kind of confused because you recognize them, but you don't. You're like in your mind, you're like they should be bigger. That's weird.
Is this reminiscent of the idea that when I first brought it up, I was just like, yeah, it's like 3 feet tall.
Yes, it is. And actually, I was wrong about this. You were not in this room. I'm sorry. This is not the the area that you were being held.
But would I'd be able to say like, this is it.
Yes.
This is what I. This is what I was remembering. What is it called? The mind. The
Nautiloid?
Nautiloid. That's not what it was
Oh,
called.
Mind Flayer.
Yeah, the mind flayer. When people are like, no, they're way bigger than that, and I was like, no, it's like 3 feet tall.
And one of the little squidlings is crawling up Demovan's leg with its face
Would I-
tentacles.
Would I
What
be
kind
able
of
to
poke
say
them with a
like,
torch?
these are the little mind flayers. This is it.
You poke it and it just falls off your leg, Demovan, with a little splat noise as it hits the ground on its back as it kind of flails its face tentacles to try to get back up.
And I try to like put the torch into one of its like tentacle hands things, like just play with those. Play with it.
Oh no.
It starts chewing on it.
It's fine. It's only charcoal lord, and I hope.
Hunter, are you saying these things turn into those mind eaters of legends?
When I first spoke of mind flayers, and when I first was like, yeah, I remember they're like 3 feet big, and someone was like, what? Like I don't know of the final version of mind flayers, right? Like this is my
Mm-mm, you
concept
don't.
of what a mind flayer is. Okay.
I think
so
Seth has some like
so-
weird conspiracy theory idea of what they are.
yeah, and so in response to that, like what are you talking about? This is a mind flayer.
No, mind flayers are 20 feet tall, and they devour the souls of those they see.
You're looking at it. It's like 3 feet tall, and it just was cheering us on against that thing over there.
Sure, but if it's related to it, it'll become the 20-foot tall terror that can destroy cities.
You hear a sound from above you in the stairwell. You hear what sounds to be just like like something opening and closing juicily.
Oh, it's a sphincter. Okay, where is it?
Juicily.
Flying
Wall
sphincter.
sphincters.
You then and actually, Valhana, as you move to the back of the room, you do see 4 doors, and by doors they are more like sphincters. They are fleshy circular openings that are closed tightly right now.
Clenched, you might say.
I'm gonna request that my homunculus move through one of them. It's like a little anal bead.
Oh God! All right, well, guess what? It fits through, goes, and as it does that, the door reacts and goes and opens up in the back here. Also, you do
One for the team. Thanks.
You also notice that the temperature in here is actually comfortable. Compared to the frigid, freezing temperatures outside, it is a balmy 50 degrees in here. And Valhana, when that door opens up, that is when you recognize what is in. You see what looks to be more or less it looks like a pod of some sort. 5-foot diameter, crimson, semi-translucent crystal sphere in a low stand.
That noise. What was that?
Oh, I think that's just in the ambient
Is that
track.
There's some ambient.
The ambient. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there's like bubbly noises in the
I was like-
background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some like weird ass. Okay.
Mhm.
That's what I had heard, and I
Okay.
was just like, no one else heard that. What the hell?
All right, so
I
you
have
do
it so
see
quiet that I barely
you
noticed
do
it.
see this strange
Said.
you do see a strange red crystalline sphere in here, and you do remember this. Actually, you get that quick flashback of looking out from what you now realize is being within this sphere,
that
and
was basically like the
yeah.
prison.
and seeing the outline of one of these strange creatures from the outside. And you get a memory now of when you woke up after that crash. The sphere had like opened up more or less, and you were just on the floor, barely able to see, and you had crawled out and across the deck outside in snow.
Is this sphere like intact? Like, is there something?
This one's
within
open.
It?
No, there's nothing within it. This one's opened up. And
So it's basically like this could have been what I crawled out of.
right, yeah, these little spheres. it basically the half of the door. So right now it's the top half is swung upward, and the bottom half has swung down and kind of forms a ramp to enter this thing.
I want to say, as
What are you-
Cora came in, definitely had my arms crossed and was just kind of staring her down as she walked in, having retrieved her sword.
Yeah, I think every time Cora does some shit like this, she gets like the Luigi death stare from Demavan and Crix.
Yeah.
How dare you
Especially since
disrespect your weapons?
Yeah, especially since we were grilling her last session.
So
And,
You're like, oh, that
with
doesn't
that,
happen.
they receive this.
yeah, there's just a middle finger on the way past. As you enter Cora,
wholesome.
you hear the flap, flap, flap of something walking along the floor above, and then Crix, I'll move you for now. As you approach those stairs, you see a shape appear at the top. A larger one of these squidlings, but still not large. This one, seeming to be more full grown, stands at the top of the stairs, and you hear a as a strange metallic object in its hand starts to whir.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't-
Wait, so is this that stairs goes above us? Like
Yes,
we're-
it climbs up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're Valhalla and I are. We can't see this right now because we're below and behind.
There you go. That's what you see.
You wouldn't happen to know common, would you?
There's a moment
Oh.
where this thing tilts its head at you. This metallic, long-barreled object aims in your direction. It then cycles through 3 different things. You hear this like strange kind of like I don't even know what the fuck deep speech would sound like.
Oh, I know deep speech.
You do?
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So it speaks deep speech. As it says, "What are you doing on our ship?"
In deep speech, we'll speak back. A friend of ours has memories of this place for some reason.
I speak
We're
deep speech.
investigating.
You do speak deep speech as
I
well?
speak
Oh,
deep speech.
sick.
Sorry, I was like, that sounds familiar. I have to make sure to look it up before I do
I
this.
think I remember that was you took that for a reason. Okay.
I think you were just like, oh, that'd be interesting, and I was like, okay.
So there is
So-
now the three. There's basically what sounds kind of like it's like gooey English. Like that's the only way I'll like.
So I'm
See-
basically as
seeing
soon
these-
as
Deep
Go ahead.
speech is essentially the voice of, or the language of eldritch horrors.
Yeah, like,
Seeing that they have the conversation handled, Cora kind of like pushes the object away from her and just goes, "Oh, at least I'm not getting shot right now," and then goes to sit on a crate.
So as soon as I hear this thing come down and start speaking, I'm gonna shoot around and I'm gonna look towards it and move towards it as it's talking to Crix.
So its attention is on Crix right now. So it looks around the room, and as you start to approach, there is a moment where it's mid speech of being like, "Why did you want to come and?" And it sees you, Valhalla, and says, "Yeah, Valhalla."
Yes, that's
Val's-
what we see.
Val's face like
What was the word? Oh, sorry, what was the name that was just said?
No, he
Oh,
just
it's-
said her name,
my name.
Oh. Okay.
and once again they're speaking. They're
Yeah.
speaking.
No
Deep
idea.
speech.
I have no idea. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I immediately looked at him like, how do you know me?
There's a brief moment as he looks around the room, looks over to Demavan, where basically Demavan is playing Demadad as these three little
Demadaddy?
as these 3 little squidlings are basically like crawling. I would just love to just imagine we just look over and Demavan, there's like one hanging off one of the spears on your shoulder, another one just like swinging like back and forth, like its tentacles being used as ropes of a swing. Another one is like attached to your leg, and the other one is like basically adorably trying to eat your head, like just kind of just like ba 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 ba, like gumming your head, and you're just like
I'm definitely like holding like the long pike over my shoulders, and then like a water carrier. I've got one on each end, swinging themselves like that, like 2 buckets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reticent dad has made his appearance.
So this mind flayer looks over to you, Demovan, and actually calls out. He says, and Crix and Valhalla understand this, but he says, "Be careful with the squidlings. They're young ones still. They're still not grown and have the mind capacity of a lump of clay." And he notices that you don't react to him, and he looks back to Crix and Valhalla, and he says, "Wait, you don't all speak deep speech?"
No, I thought that was
Ah,
only
shit!
me, but
I'm legitimately just gonna turn to Demovan, like, be careful with them. How do you know me?
They're young, they'll bounce back.
There's a brief moment where he says, sorry, 1 second, formalities. And he pokes at a collar.
Val has no patience.
He
right
pokes at a collar that he has on, and then suddenly it just cycles through. It's just like, oh, konnichiwa, ni hao, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like all these different things, and he just, oh, there he goes. This should be common. Can you all understand me now?
The little one speaks.
You sound like a nerd.
I do not understand that, but I take that as a compliment. And sorry, let me address you. Valhalla, we know you because we rescued you.
Fucking skills.
What?
Rest. I'm sorry.
What? That we were so worried about you. We were so worried about you. Me and Vorn, we did not know where you went after his ascendant crashed here in this frigid wasteland. Oh, we searched for you.
Why don't I remember anything? Who are you?
I am Dredavex.
Is that supposed to mean something?
I was hoping it would have, but it seems
she
that
does not have much memories.
Oh no! It seems like the crash was much worse than we thought. You must have taken a terrible fall. The stasis pod that you were traveling in was severely damaged. And we couldn't find you. We saw your footprints out in the snow. It must have been terrible. We can't leave this thing though because, well, we'll explain in a bit. But everything is all fucky in the ship right now. Everything is all messed up.
Cora glares at him and goes, "So what you're telling me is you're not much of a protector."
Who are you?
I said it. I'm Dredavex. And my partner Dread, Vex. Do you need me more than just my name?
Val is literally looking at him like head cocked, like this is probably the angriest and most annoyed that anyone has seen Val. And she's just looking at him like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you must be an idiot.
No. You look so.
I don't say that out loud.
No, but he can see that you're distressed. I don't know how to explain this. We were
that pod. I crawled out of it. I escaped from it. I moved away from this, and it was haunting me this entire time. Who are you?
It was
calling. I remember anything.
So you heard the distress signals. It was calling you back. It worked.
Why are you in her head?
You can't answer who you are. Who am I, and where did you rescue?
You are
from?
You are Valhalla. You said your last name was Valhalla, Anastasia, and we were on a mission in the Feywild. Me and Vorn, and we happened to be investigating a area in the deep woods of the Feywild and found, well, it was Grizzly. You were
you were in a cocoon, and a group of ettercaps and spiders were about to feast upon you, and, well, we couldn't let that happen, so against our better judgment and against the hive mind's orders, we rescued you and took you in. We told the hive mind that we were taking you in for study, but we rescued you.
I would like to insight check
I'd-
that.
By
Yeah.
taking me away from my home,
You were going to be eaten.
and
Wait.
now I'm on an entirely different plane, and don't even know where I'm from. I have no memories. What the hell are we even on?
Is the descendant?
And Crix, you can roll a insight check if you're curious.
I'd also like to reach out to his mind to see if I get the same to see if I do sense the same kind of hive mind thing I felt with the ship itself.
You do as the base layer. Also, in the initial thing, there is no immediate hive mind or feel that you get from this guy. You do get a legitimate feeling of concern and worry from it, and there is kind of an undercurrent of a bunch of whispers of other thoughts, but it's not at the forefront.
Wait, Valhalla, you are
It's much less
originally
loud, so to speak.
originally from the Feywild? By this squid ship? Hold on, I need a new log for this.
What the fuck is going on?
Welcome.
Hirokin.
These last episodes have been very eventful.
He has a welcome.
I knew I was from the Feywild just in terms of vague memories and things kind of slowly coming back, but I don't have any clear. God, that noise weirds me out every time I'm talking.
I'll stop the lab
No,
noises.
it's fine. It's just the fact that no one heard it the first time still freaked me out.
I was
Okay.
still eating macaroni, so I might have drowned it out.
But I knew
Gross.
so yes, I knew that I was from the Feywild, and basically, I'm an Eldrin, I have Fey magic, and that's it, moves within me, and so I'm kind of rediscovering my Feyness.
That also explains potentially Colrose's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I have noticed that from before. I just didn't read them. Yeah.
So yes, but clarity on my own origin, I don't know. When I estimate that I'm around 450 years old, and I'm
But-
all of that is
So interestingly, the only fresh, and Valhalla, you know that the only fresh memories that you really kind of remember and know were after the crash.
recent memories.
Yep.
So everything else beyond that is super vague.
Wait,
In other words, she left the Feywild. And
Right, that
remembers
is
life.
that's right.
Now the question is,
meta, but-
do we know that as character? Is that a known thing, or is that
Oh no, I
Only-
mean,
He literally just said it.
what that you're
Dreadifex literally just said I came from Feywild.
Yeah.
They
Well, yeah,
took
but the
me
fact
away
association
from
that
the
you're-
crash.
Feywild makes you
He's-
lose your memory.
Yeah,
when
No,
some of the memory
that's
loss
not-
mechanics.
it's not
We
a-
would
Creatures
have,
have a thing against that.
Yeah.
that too.
no, that's
But
not.
we would
yeah.
have no idea. When I realize what's going on, and it takes Thad a moment. He's a very intelligent person, but he's like, wait, you can answer some questions for me, Squid Man. And I go through my pack. Oh, okay, so here's somewhere. Oh, here! And I pull out the fragments of the elephant rifle.
Oh yeah, he looks at that and goes, "Where did you stumble upon that? That's
it was in
He
a
points
giant's...
over. He
or,
points over at the crate that's over by Hiroka, and he says, "That's one of our laser rifles."
Wait, what?
Do you mind if I take a look at one of these?
As a sign of peace and cooperation, yes. It's in the crate over there.
I open the
Can
crate.
can I trade you the broken one for a working one?
We will discuss.
So
Okay,
you
I
open
don't
the
know
crate.
what a laser rifle is, but I'm
So you
curious
open the
now.
crate and you see it contains what looks to be 6, or what were 6 of these rifles. 3 of them have been scoured for parts. 3 of them, however, do remain intact.
I pick up one of the intact ones.
Okay.
I said, be careful with that. Trust me, it takes a little bit of time to figure out how to use that, unless unless you know what it is.
And I mean, in all honesty, like to you, Crix, it's the strangest looking piece of equipment. I would argue that like you would pick it up and hold it like a mace by the barrel and just be like, aha, like with the butt of the rifle in the air. And
well, didn't we figure out kind of the idea of it before?
You definitely did not.
No idea.
No idea.
Yeah.
You shaped it out. It looked like something you had never seen before, and it was still like missing bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, Fat assumed it was a bludgeoning weapon.
Gotcha. How does it work?
The cephalopod.
Can we get back to? I'm literally finding out my identity, and you guys are worried about a metal shank.
Well, to be fair, I thought it would help you understand where you came from, but I will follow up with this thread later. Yes.
So
like Val is legitimately like, she's in fiery mode. Like she's mad.
Sorry, I apologize.
I will
this.
whisper to Val, like, somewhat secretly, that just like, if this goes south, I'd like to be on equal footing. That's all.
I also like it when you're angry because I'm less cold.
Yeah, I'm literally
I just noticed that Kalis is like right next to Valhalla. Yeah.
literally emitting fire. It's just like, okay.
Dredovax puts his hands, he holsters the weapon that he has, and he puts his hands up, and he descends down the stairs towards you, Valhalla, and he just says,
I'm gonna step back from him.
Yeah.
I mean, if the people surrounding me would let me, I'm gonna step back from him because I don't want him to be, I don't trust him with a 10-foot pole.
Val step away, Cora would step between them.
Okay. He speaks up again and he just says, I understand you're afraid and worried, but you traveled with us for quite some time. It was when we made the jump to this plane that things went south. I think the calculations that Vorn made for our entry area were wrong, and we ended up here in this ice area. It just messed immediately with the coordinates and with the functioning of the Ascendant, and we crashed terrible.
What are we on?
It's a nautiloid. It's a interplanar organic travel vessel.
Who pilots it?
Yeah, sometimes I do, and sometimes Vorn does.
Where's Vorn?
He's up in the helm, trying to fix some of the stuff up there. He just yesterday he was able to fire up the distress signal and was able to send out some messages, which it seems that you got.
Yeah, it
Who
wasn't
else
very
gets
pleasant to
these
watch.
messages?
Well, hopefully anybody who is a member is a crew member, and
Who else would get these messages? I don't want you talking about all the possibilities.
yes, I said
Who else is missing from the ship?
no one. You're the only other one that was missing. The squidlings are still here. Me and Vorn are still here, and the flesh. Oh no, he's dead, and he's in. Oh, that's our food.
I knew it. It was soup all along.
He looks to you with that and goes, "Oh, you also partake in brain stew?"
What?
Oh yes, it's a slurry that we make of the brains that we harvest.
Hold
Did
on,
you
I'm gonna
guys
have
also
to...
travel in those pods?
Yes, we did.
There's a lot
Why
of
was
questions
mine
going on right
damaged?
now.
Oh, ours were damaged as well. We were flung from our pods upon the crash, but we stayed with the ship. We did not know where you went.
If I recall, Valhalla, you have vague memories of that time as well, right?
I'm going upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I follow closely behind.
Okay.
Your mobile bonfires moving.
Moral support, of course. For moral support.
Not like a moth, literal moth to the flame.
Yeah.
So let's go upstairs. Demovan, do you take your new children with you?
Yeah, you look over and Donovan inexplicably has like the grappling hook wrapped around one of them as like one of the front, like the chest carriers.
Okay, awesome.
Big,
So,
big hangover vibes going on right
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's just a hangover, but there's like a squiddling on the front. Just,
Yep.
okay, so we ascend the stairs, head up to this next floor. I'll move everybody up there.
Cool.
So upon the second floor, you walk up, and there's another set of stairs that goes up to another floor. Out front, you can actually see that this opens up. The fleshy floor, the flesh and chitin floor here opens up to a viewing area on the outside, an open cowl, as it says. And there is another ballista mounted here. The walls are lined with ballista bolts, and this ballista is intact and gleaming in the low light of the interior here.
Oh, so this is we have a roof over us, and this is like open to the front.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll actually take a quick screenshot of this, and so you can see what we're talking about. You are on. Dredovex says, "Welcome to the battle deck."
I start going up further.
Okay.
Mm.
Going up these stairs one more, you arrive in the top floor, and there you see another one of these gnomish, the gnome ceramorphs up there, and he is sitting in a chair with his back to you, and you can see his two hands are on two blue glowing orbs, and his hands skitter across them, kind of like poking and prodding at different little glowing dots and shapes within. And you look up, and above you, you see the ceiling. It's interesting. The ceiling up here. I'll just read the description. Suspended from the ceiling of this high dome chamber is a complex lattice of bioluminescent jellyfish that use the glowing tips of their tendrils to form constellations. A high-backed chair with short armrests, capped with sparkling blue crystal orbs, tilts up towards the display. So you see this guy like leaning back, looking up at the constellation above him. The panel on the starboard side lies open, exposing a pulsing tendril of flesh that is embedded with crystal shards. You can see this little gnome ceramorph is standing there, and then he hears your footsteps, and he tilts the chair up and turns it towards you, and he goes,
Oh, Valhalla, you're back. I think I sensed some activity downstairs, but I was concentrating on the navigation computer above. It's still broken. We're not getting out of here anytime soon, but it's good to see you back. We thought you were frozen. We thought you'd come back like a popsicle.
Insight check.
Staring at him.
Looks at Callus or Kalis.
Yeah, Val is
Yeah.
just staring at him like. You must be Vorin.
Yes, I'm Vorn. You don't remember me.
I kind of like shrug and roll my eyes and look to Dredovex like, do you want to explain? I certainly can.
and then he's once again Dredovex pokes Voron and goes,
Enable your voice box. They don't understand deep speech.
I understand deep speech.
Sorry,
It's
they don't all understand deep speech.
It's all gibberish to me. What is going on?
and then Voron hits the little collar on his neck, and once again cycles through.
Hola.
Bonjour, hola, da. And then smacks it as the Russian national anthem starts blaring out of his voice box. And he switches over to common.
It just reminded
Who
me of
would have guessed
Bevmo.
that we would have run into the Russians in the icy north?
Yeah, this is the Red October.
We've already found the Tripolowski gang, so
Yeah,
I like to imagine that the caller didn't do the anthem. When it switched to Russian, he just immediately started singing the anthem.
Vodka, Tripolowski. Oh shit.
Also, I'd like to try and figure out this laser rifle while we're chilling.
No, it needs like a long rest. Like there's actual things with this. It takes a while.
I was gonna wait till the end of this.
I would
task
like
about
to
that.
accidentally fire it off.
You can.
That's how accidents work.
That is not how accidents work. No.
Yeah,
I'd say at this
Here's the
point,
thing.
like,
I, out of character, want to in character accidentally set it off.
no, that's not going to happen. So,
Okay.
as you arrive on the
There are
top,
safeties.
yeah, there are safeties. I think like literally, you're just like fiddling this thing in your hands right now. You basically just have a mace in your hands.
I'll add a mace to my inventory.
Yes, for sure. Vorn looks to you, Valhalla. There's a look of kind of like sadness in his eyes. And he says, "You really don't remember us, do you?"
The only thing I remember is trying to get away from this. And these memories invading my mind over the last couple, what is it, weeks at this point?
Yeah.
I don't actually know. Over the last couple weeks. And everything being so painful and so far away. This isn't a home. I don't know what home is. I don't remember you or where I came from, and all I know is that whatever this, and just gesture to the entire, organic traveling thing, whatever this is the reason for that. And you're the pilot behind it.
Yes.
So I'm here for some answers.
What? Then I'll give answers. We talked about this before, but if you don't remember, that's understandable. You had the crash was very traumatic. We all barely survived it. You can ask questions, ask away. We'll answer truthfully.
Insight check.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're gonna answer truthfully. Fuck. There it is. What? That's a little better than the last one.
Much better, yeah. So, Crix, you're blown away by how, like, legitimately concerned these two squid-like creatures seem.
Interesting. Okay. I do believe he's honest.
Val's gonna take a deep breath and she's just gonna be like, "You presumably rescued me. She says it with an eye roll. Me from my home. Did I bring your kind? Or what I imagine is your kind? I don't even know who or what you are. But I bring you up and people, I'm sad. What are those babies' futures?
They're supposed to turn into 20-foot Goliaths at mind control cities.
There's a moment where the two of these two look at each other and they say,
Oh, no, you're talking about our. You see, we are mind flayers, yes, but we're mind flayers that have we've come from gnomes. We're of gnome stock.
My mind cannot handle this.
So does that mean you don't try to control cities and destroy things?
No, absolutely, we
10
do.
feet tall.
We do. Yes, we are part of that hive mind. However, we are independent contractors, and this is our ship. You just kind of know it's difficult. It's
Why am I here?
because
Why do
you're
you sound like you care about me? Why? Like, what?
we. You obviously don't remember, so I'll explain it. We were on a mission into the Feywild, routine observance and general.
Ready to destroy?
No, we were doing routine observation mission. We came upon a hive of Ettins, or Ettercaps, is what they're called. They're strange spider folk that seem to be extremely intent on eating elves. So we were flying above them, and our scanners noticed that there was a human form within the nest. So we, out of curiosity, the gnomish side of us, descended and found you wrapped in a cocoon. We fired upon the nest, destroying all the ettercaps and spiders, and pulled you from the nest. That was when a large hag decided to walk up upon us in her moving house and kicked us with a giant chicken foot. So we had to immediately transport and enable the. We had to immediately jump, and that's why, unfortunately, we had to take you from the Feywild.
Baba Yaga fought off an alien invasion.
Yes. As
That was like such a quick, just like. So we rescued you, and then a hag in her walking house. Like it was like, what? Like, that just came out of nowhere.
But whoops. We it took us a while for us to get you back into good health. Luckily, our stasis pods can help with that. But after a while, you woke up. You did seem to be a little bit feisty at first. You look exactly like you did now, but you were intrigued by your surroundings, I guess. What made the ship tick? What propelled it? What made us the weapons that we utilized, the technology that we have here? And you asked if you could stay aboard for a while.
Val kind of has this piece about like kind of a recognition of like perhaps because obviously I'm artificer, right? Like,
yep.
And the idea of like the artisanship and the guild connections and the ideas that I have and all of those creations, and so she kind of has like this light bulb moment of like, perhaps this wasn't what I was raised with. Perhaps this was the curiosity that spawned like from this, and so she has kind of like a moment of reflection, but then she gets super defensive again, and so there might be a twinge that like either they recognize or party members might recognize, but then there's but then she immediately goes back into this response like, if you're just on a routine mission, you're just on a routine observation, what's to make my life more valuable than the lives of those spider beings that eat elves? Why would you choose to wipe out a herd of them to save one of me when you have no connection?
Well, I like to think that there is some side of our gnomish curiosity and goodness that still remains within us, even though we are, well, these creatures become what we are.
Was that the end? Was there no more to that?
We are, as I said, we are
Civilization destroying beings.
That's what our parent. When the tadpoles were implanted in our brains, they made us into these seramorphs. We became mind flayers, but from what we can observe, there's still some portion of the gnome that was us, the magical properties inherent from us gnomes, that keeps us a little bit more sane and a little bit more apart from the main hive. As I said, independent contractors.
Did you implant anything into me?
No.
Did you implant anything into Thad?
As we ask that.
Hey, look, which one of you is sad?
That one.
Me. Yep.
We
If you
do not.
planted something, you would know.
No, but does he have something inside of him?
The drone.
Odd.
It's not a drone. I've already recognized that.
I have not.
Do you... Do you
It's
mind,
biological.
Mr. Thad? Do you mind? We can sense.
Do not touch him.
I will
how?
leave this up to the individual. We can rule out, or we can either confirm or rule out the an illicit tadpole if you just let me try to communicate with it.
This feels like the thing where you do like a genetics test. It's like, do you want to know if you're gonna get Alzheimer's?
Right?
You have to click 3 times before they get you like the genetic information.
Are you
Anyways,
sure?
Yeah. It's like,
Are you sure? You're sure?
But I
You
think in this
really want to
case-
know?
Yeah, in this case, that has to
Okay.
be like,
I don't know why I feel I could trust you, but you've been nothing but forthright. I'll tell you what, please check me out, but I would like to trade my broken set of thingies for one of those other thingies downstairs before we leave.
Yes, we have.
And then you're going to teach them how to use it because I
Yes.
don't want Thad blowing up his head.
Oh yes, of course,
Yeah.
of course. We'll teach. We'll come to a deal. Don't worry. There's much to discuss. And I understand there's a lot of hostility here, but as a sign of peace and understanding, I will diagnose this half orc here.
All right, very well. I start taking my clothes off.
No, you don't need to. No. Back on. Please. No.
That's the complaint. We need to have, like,
Val immediately covers her eyes.
Just okay. Here,
Hannah
just
goes, wait, let's see how far this goes.
reach out. Please give me your hand, Sad.
Oh, okay, sure. Here's my, let's go left hand. Yeah, here you go.
So there's a moment of Vorn, who was speaking there, closes his eyes, and you feel kind of a probing thought into your mind, and then it disappears. It goes through your mind, and you can. It's this
Tickles.
weird sensation. His eyes shoot open, and he looks at you, and he says, "You do not have a illicit you do not have an illicit tadpole in your brain. That's for
See,
sure.
told you it's a drone.
No, but you have a
No,
different
it's
type of
text.
tadpole in you.
What?
Yes. Have you recently come in contact with a slad?
Well, my name is Thad. My father's name is Chad. I'm pretty sure I have an uncle named Grad.
It's been at least 3 generations.
You should
know
have.
what?
You absolutely should know that you have a slad tadpole within your stomach.
A sad tadpole.
Slad. Is that a long lost cousin that someone got stuck inside of
No,
me?
this is quite serious. How long has this
Oh.
been happening? How long have you felt this within you?
I gotta think back. We've been here a couple weeks at least, so probably a little more than that.
Oh. Well, you should seek medical attention very soon. Once that thing reaches maturity, it bursts from your chest, killing you and then consuming you, and then quickly becoming a slad itself.
Huh. That does not sound optimal.
Explain what a slad is.
I still think that still thinks it's somehow some weird long lost
It's
cousin.
another orc.
Yeah.
And if you have part of your cousin and you belong at Dugan's Hole, I hate to inform you.
We left that behind a while ago.
Slide. All right. We'll
You
write
take
this
the half
on.
orc out of Dugan's Hole.
I'm gonna write this on my special
Oh, I'm
personal
stuck,
log.
step work.
Oh no.
Slad, what are you doing?
I would just like to note that I really love that that's been like Porkins' one contribution.
Nice.
Disappointing.
So when Valhalla, when you ask like what the heck is a slad, Dredovex looks over and he says, a slad is a strange frog-like humanoid-looking creature thing. It comes from the chaotic plane of limbo. We definitely don't like to go there ever. Basically, when a slad attacks or claws one of its victims, it secretes a tadpole into the bloodstream.
Gross.
Wait, so that means when I thought
Yeah.
whatever
that's-
ambushed me and knocked me out, that would have been not one of Jarlaxle's folks. That would have been a weird red limbo frog.
Yeah,
I gotta be more
accurately,
aware of my
more or less
surroundings.
accurately described as that. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot to digest. No pun
That's
intended.
understandable.
Okay.
But we come to a moment of parlay here. One, we are very glad that Valhalla has found a capable party of adventurers, it seems, and has come and has returned because, well, we are in a bit of predicaments here. The Id Ascendant is running out of juice. You see, when the ship crashed into the snow, our power core was very, very badly damaged, and life support is going to be running out very soon. We're not quite sure how long it will be able to sustain the temperature or even itself. Side note, ship is a living creature, and well, we're worried about each other.
The two Ceramorphs, the two gnome Ceramorphs look at each other, and
Our children.
they look behind us.
And you little squidlings. Rin, Rix, and Guard.
Aw. Horrible.
I actually like didn't even think about it. So are these your children? Can you have children?
Well,
You?
we call them our children, but in all honesty, they're it's tough to talk about. But they were our family, when we were still gnomes. They were our little brothers. But when the process of Mind Flayer tadpole implantation goes wrong, and when the magic of the gnome body interferes with the tadpole, squidlings are created.
So they're never getting older.
No, they're just,
They're toddlers forever.
yeah.
They're like dogs.
There's worse fates.
At least they didn't die. But they have to still eat brains.
Yeah,
Mr. Spearman, just make sure they don't have teeth and they can't really access the brain if there's still a skull around it. So, but still, please be careful. Do not let their tentacles go inside your ear.
Yeah, he definitely like keeps like pushing him away, just
Yeah,
like a little bit.
bat.
You still have memories from when you were gnomes?
I barely. They fade every single day.
But you have authority over your actions.
Yes.
Where are you taking this next? When you're able to get it off the ground?
Not quite sure. We don't have any. I'm pretty sure that HQ thinks that we're lost cause. Our signal isn't strong enough to get back to the main hive mind, and well, we're kind of now a little bit rogue until we repair the ship.
And once you repair the ship, would you be able to get back to the Fae?
Yeah, of course. We just have to make a jump.
Would it be under the radar? Would you be operating as part of the hive mind?
Well, see, that's the thing. The core crystal that we have here is busted. It's burnt out. In the crash, the core flared up and seems to either maybe that was the cause of the crash, and we're not quite sure, or it was damaged in the crash. It's hard to tell. But it's a crispy bit of coal at this point. We have an idea that somewhere out there there's a very weak signal of it, but we do think that there is something called a psi crystal out in somewhere within Icewind Dale. And as a bit of a deal here, if you could possibly find that, or if you could agree to smuggle us two, me and Vorn and the Squidlings into the town, give us some clothing, we can do 2 squids in a trench coat, that type of thing.
You're gonna have to compete with 3 kobolds, and just wanna let you know.
Was yeah.
Well, 2 squids, 3 mini squids.
Oh yeah, that's true. Really flesh it out.
Super fleshy.
But point being, we can either give you this, and he takes out a box, and he says, "This it's a psi crystal detector. It can find it emits a signal when a psi crystal is within 5 miles of it. We were able to detect one here from the ship because we have a stronger version here, but it's kind of attached to the organic material of the ship, and removing it would be quite catastrophic. Or you can lead us into 10 towns, and in exchange, we are definitely willing to teach and part ways with the laser pistols that you saw downstairs."
Quick question.
Mhm.
The thing that I had been drawn to, that I totally thought was like, no, this is evil, I can't touch it. Was that one of those crystals, or would I recognize it as being something related to
Oh, the
this?
the talisman?
Yeah.
No, that was separate. That was Chardolin and related to a devil.
Got it. Okay.
You have a guesstimate on the distance of this.
Yeah, it seems to be, well, if we can trust the brief observation that we had upon our plummeting descent into the snow, there seems to be some towns nearby, within 10 miles or so. It seems that the signal is coming from one of the towns. We don't know which one, though.
No, please. Oh God, don't be the one I think it is.
It's definitely Dugan's Hole.
It's gonna be Dugan's Hole.
But you
Don't
can
explain so much.
you can come to an agreement if you want to, but that's just the offer on the table. You can search for it, or we can search for it. Either way, we're not sure how much longer the life support system is going to be functioning on the Ascendant, and would like to. Well, either way, I think we need to get out of here.
I'm gonna touch the walls of this biological being and cast mending.
One of the like pieces of flesh reacts to your touch. You cast mending, and you can watch as some of the sinew and muscle like restitch itself, but just very barely.
Okay. When I see that, I'm gonna actually cast Cure Wounds on it.
Okay. Yeah. The ship lets out kind of a low. The entire ship lets out like a low sigh, like a sigh of relief as you see one of the what looks to be like a broken chitinous support repair itself. Kind of like it cracks and groans and creaks as you see the bone repairing and muscle wrapping itself around it.
Well, that's interesting.
Did the sphere, because you were mentioning that it was losing. You were mentioning, maybe I got this wrong, that it was losing heat earlier, or am I just thinking of Kalis?
What the
Which could be entirely possible.
which sphere? Spear or sphere?
No, the sphere, the flaming sphere. I was basically going to see like if the flaming sphere had any type of warming effect, like it when I created it to kill that flesh golem.
I mean, yeah, it definitely. No, it's warm. It is warm in here. It is a comfortable temperature within here, and you actually are warm with your cold weather clothing on. However,
But that's not providing any like sustenance or any type of like recovery ability to the biological aspect of the ship.
No,
okay.
it's not. It did
that's,
not.
Yeah, that's what I was because I thought Dread, whatever the D ones.
Dread of X.
Yeah, Dread of X. I thought he'd mentioned something about like it's getting cold.
No, it's basically with the life support failing. They don't know when it's going to get too cold to sustain them. So,
I think at this point, he looks around the room and he says, "You don't have to make the decision now. And actually, Valhana, we would appreciate your insight into the possibly looking at the core. We're not sure how much time is left. We've been trying to calculate it, but somebody with your talent of with those tools of yours can maybe help us out. Otherwise, feel free to walk about the cabin. Be careful, don't go into the door behind you. The
Please leave your arms, legs.
There are,
mines in the cabin.
Dredovex looks over to Vorn. Disable the defense systems in the captain's quarters, please. We do not want anybody to have a mishap if they happen to enter there. Oh, also, program the sphincters to open automatically and not for only telepathic individuals.
I knew it was a sphincter all along.
Eventually, everything will be a thinker.
There's
I
squeals
kind
of
of flick something off of my homunculus, like
there's squeals of happiness and burbling as the three little squidlings hang off of the spears of Demavand.
We just look over and Demavand's just dead with tentacles going through his
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll leave it here at the end of this moment, as I think Valhana has discovered something interesting about how she actually arrived here, different than what she initially thought, and also Thad has some more concrete information about what the heck is actually inside of him. And how
Goddamn slad. Whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
What if his cousins did something to him? Dang it!
I didn't even think about that at the beginning.
Slad.
Yeah.
Because before I even picked the name, it was a slad. So it's just it became great. That's just like a family name.
Who would have guessed that your only mistake was eating a Caesar salad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you weren't even attacked. You just ate a bad burger or something like that.
Along the way. I do have my note says that I did get some information from a shaman that we met along the way who told me that I had some traveler on me, which I interpreted as a drone. So either ways, I do have a tracker for that. I know how much time I got.
Look at that baby boy.
They're very cute.
So cute.
And this is indeed their name is Rin, Rix, and fuck if I'm gonna be able to pronounce. No, I'm not even lying.
Oh, we see it on. We can see their names on the.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah,
good.
we see.
Yeah.
Ziglard.
Ziglard. Well, we know who the favorite is.
Yeah, obviously.
It's actually.
Ziglard.
I like
It's
how
actually-
Rin is just an actual name. Like,
It's actually pronounced Beatrix.
So here's the thing where so just for you as players to know, this is why the squidlings are actually interesting. What Vorn and what's his face Godovex told you is true. When a process of turning a gnome into a mind flayer goes horribly awry, the result is a gnome squidling, deformed mind flayer with a weak, spindly limbs and oversized tentacles. It relies on levitation to keep its body aloft and uses its tentacles like legs to propel it along whatever surface it's floating above. Most mind flayers destroy squidlings on sight, but it's rare to see one or more of these.
Huh. That's neat.
You know,
And they never actually grow. They're just always stuck in that larval state kind of a thing.
Yeah, specifically they say for reasons unknown, ceramorphosis can go awry when an illithid tadpole is implanted in the brain of a gnome. This deviation might be due to the quasi-magical nature of gnomes or simply a effect of how their minds work. When the process is warped only slightly, the mind flayer remains gnome-sized and is called a gnome ceramorph. It retains its knowledge of the gnomish language while becoming able to speak deep speech and undercommon. It retains fragmented memories of its previous life and previous alignment, not to mention propensity for invent.
Yeah, I legit
That's interesting.
now
See
think
that?
that Val got her artificer pieces from being on the ship for whatever time frame, which may have been warped, but whatever time frame it actually was. Now
It does sound like you were on it for a
created this
while. Yeah.
whole- yeah, it created this whole holy shit. This I might be who I am because of them.
Yeah, you
Versus,
got some existential crisis.
Oh my god.
Or blast to the face from this meeting.
Yeah,
These were basically Val's parents.
Yeah. And you weren't lying about the 3-foot-tall mind flayers.
Yeah, I don't know why
No
y'all
idea that these things
questioned
were a
that.
thing.
Like, yo, duh.
Oh, that's funny.
But what I was gonna say that was kind of interesting when Scuzz was just reading that about the toddler mind flayers. I randomly equipped levitation, like as a spell this time around. Like I just randomly was just like, I'm gonna levitate something because I'm angry and I'm just gonna be like, like lift them. But now like these little things basically operate on levitation and then just kind of use their tentacles to scooch.
Exactly.
You're gonna find out Valhana's half mind player.
Ah.
Right? That's gonna be the trippiest shit
Well,
ever.
also, with the
I
way
was
they left
born
that,
out of that egg.
Yeah, she'd be like, "Oh, that was a good dinner." And like a tentacle comes out from nowhere and wipes her mouth.
Bruh,
They
like,
did leave us with the not the ultimate,
Hey,
wrong word,
is
but
it
they left us with that deal. And I
Yes.
think,
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'll
there's
just
two
say-
sides of it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
if you're not willing. So basically, it's like they'll give you the tracker, and you can try to track down one of those crystals yourselves. Or I mean, I guess there's one part of it that they're pretty set on is they realize that they like if they stay on the ship for much longer, they're probably gonna die.
They're gonna die. Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
need to find a way to get back to some form of warmth or whatever that may be. And then they know that the psi crystal, that this thing called a psi crystal may form, may be a replacement for the core that they currently have. Either they go for it themselves, try to find it, or they rely on a party.
hey, I mean, if they want it, I can set them on fire so they'll be warm for the rest of their lives.
Oof.com.
is a way.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking, but I wasn't wanting to set them on fire.
Well, I think Thad wants
How about
to
we just steal the ship?
find this crystal. So I think
It's broken.
Thad would be right
fix
up
the
there
ship,
saying
and
like,
Now
let's-
that we're kind of getting to the bottom of everybody's secrets, I feel like I really drew the fucking short straw here.
You got attacked. Well, you could have fleshed it out more, but there's still. I mean, the other thing too is
There's still opportunity.
Yeah.
But the other thing too with Crix, it's more about the secret isn't the main part about what I think makes your character interesting. It's more about
it's your actual
the fire god.
your divinity
The
association.
thing is I wrote my own secret in as on
Yeah.
top of the secret.
That wasn't very
So it
secret
worked out.
because you
Character
yelled it from
He's
the rafters all
the
the
I'm the
time.
guy I'm the dude who's playing the dude. Disguised as the dude.
You act as
Yeah.
if you know everything, Thad.
Dun, dun,
I do
dun.
know
We
everything.
technically haven't even gotten to Colress yet.
Yeah, exactly. No idea what Colress is.
Oh yeah, no idea. As
No,
I
actually,
log.
well, no,
No.
like legitimately.
That's I think the other thing is part of
we
the
only have
class.
a hint.
No, you actually have no idea. No, you haven't. Well, if we're talking about Icewind Dale, like the actual like interesting
Yeah,
character, like the
there's
Icewind
no
Dale
secret.
character secrets, you have no idea what's going on with Cora. In terms
Yeah.
of her,
Oh, I
what
don't-
makes her
was that
character
something that's-
interesting.
Wait, sorry, I don't get that right. Were these all like preset things that you could look up?
What do you mean?
I thought
We all
there's all
rolled
these secrets.
secrets.
I thought the secrets were. Oh, they were rolled. That's
Yes.
right.
They were rolled. The
Yeah,
secret
we
we
all
know
rolled
about
secrets.
Cora is
Well, how would
her
I-
class.
But
It's part of
how
it,
would
no-
we know without looking up?
No,
Right, never mind.
No. We
The
know.
thing
No,
that
as
you-
in like just like thinking back about like what she's like. Basically, the class-based thing that we're talking about with Cora, her passenger and stuff, is basically who she
Right.
is as a character. Versus she has not dropped any
I
sort of hint
see.
about like nothing about like anything kind of connected with
Yeah.
like some strange thing. Like we know that Hyrokin has the background with the devil
secret.
research that manifested itself with the cult in the
Mhm.
like letting you guys into the cult headquarters. That you have something in your
That's consent.
Yeah.
Convinced that her secret's related to her traveler thing.
Oh, of course,
or-
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
yeah, for sure,
There has been one drop secret, but I don't think people picked up on it.
Probably didn't at all.
Sneaky.
I thought I did, but
Maybe you,
You might have,
Maybe you
but
because I think we talked about it, Neon. I think.
Well, that would then
We'll have to
actually.
wait.
Leon, why wouldn't Val know about it?
because she wouldn't want anyone to know about it.
Yeah,
But it's Val.
but I think
But-
that's
You don't
I
understand?
think
We get
that's the reason why she wouldn't want you to know about it. Okay,
Ooh.
before we get to
Foul.
before we get too far into this, thank you for a solid session tonight.
Yeah,
Thad,
thanks for going late for.
no, yeah,
that.
and thank Thad, Mr. Chuckles. Good luck on your moves and all that stuff. We'll keep in touch about what everything looks like after this weekend.
Yeah.
But and thank you, Iroka, for joining us in the end. You got the tail end of the interesting stuff.
For anyone in the SoCal area, which is really only
CW3, Trevor.
I was about to say, like,
we got our housewarming party this weekend.
I know. Me and my girlfriend hit that whatchamacallit.
I was it like
Jello
it's
shot?
subscribe?
Jello shots.
No,
Wait, like what day?
The RSVP.
Nice. Cool.
Hell yeah.
And then
for those of you going through heat, stay hydrated.
Hell yeah, dude.
Going through
Yeah,
heat.
I've got
I
no
was saying
Not
you're
the
going.
right word.
If you're going through heat, and I'm
Yes.
like,
I have no AC in my house. By the
Broken
way.
has entered the chat.
Yeah, I mean, that means different things if you are a.
Well, I figured that none of us in here are cats. So
Well, if you are
Yeah.
in heat,
No, arguably
Secret.
at this point.
am a cat.
broken.
Yeah, I've
Was
got no
me.
AC
Oh, no,
in
was
my
it
house, so I'm in a sauna right now.
Oh,
I
me
am-
neither.
I am live. I am a cat, or I am not a cat. I am live. All right. Well, take it easy, everybody, and stay
I'm a
hydrated,
cow.
stay safe,
I am not a cat. I
And-
can't say meow.
and have a great rest of your night.
All right. Good
See
night,
you,
everybody.
everybody.
Right.
Peace, motherfucker.
Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for having a great night with us here, those who are still around. I'm Scuzz Nugget, the DM of this campaign and the orchestrator of this madness, the one with the that tries to keep all of these folks in check. Tonight, we delve deep into the backstory that Valhana had no idea about, aka my wife here, Derpy. We had Crix, played by Gestroy, Hirokin, played by Mr. Porkins, who came in at the end. The conspiracy theorist, Thad Crunknuckle, who now has Thad in the Slad in the tummy, played by Chuckle Smash. Colra Rendraft, played by Neon Demovan. Two-Face Epinitis, played by Mr. Can you stop dancing around? You're shaking everything. The camera is moving and shaking.
But it's so fun to dance in the hoodie.
It is. All right. Demovan, played by Mr. Wabugi, and Kalis, the lamp, played by CW3. Once again, I am Scuzz Nugget, your DM. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff at Scuzz Nugget. But,
Bye.
ouch. See you, everybody. Good night.
But if you wanna link up, you can hit the line. Call me anytime. So you decide, and I'll just wait. I don't get you, I don't change. So you decide, and I'll just save my time. I guess we'll never know. But don't say that you're sorry. Don't say that you're sorry. see, was unaware if the love was certain. I couldn't keep, I couldn't bear to see you with her hurting. I let it cost all of my wants, cause a smile was worth it. And now you see that I've been there since the day you walked in. Tell me something, baby, I ain't got no questions left. I just been feeling like we ought to give into us. Tell me something, baby, if what I'm saying ain't fair. It's time to see if we are made to be more than just friends. We are made to be more than just friends. We are made to be more than just friends. Are we made to be more than just friends? Let it go, are we made to be more than just friends? Tell me something, baby, I got no questions left. I just been feeling like we ought to give into us. Tell me something, baby, if what I'm saying ain't fair. It's time to see if we are made to be more than just friends. Are we made to be more than just friends? Are we made to be more than just friends? Tell me something, baby. More than just friends. More than just friends. Are we made to be more than just friends? I'm letting go, are we made to be more than just friends?